láti sọ̀rọ̀. I no dey do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, oh. Kó jẹ́ bísàbísà. Ká máa bára wa lò nínú ìfẹ́ kan akànbí. I no dey do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, oh.
I go show you love, oh. Ká máa bára wa lò nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
But I no dey do competition with anybody. Forgive me, show me love, oh. I go show you love, eh. Ká má bára wa lò nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
I no dey do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Show me love, oh. I go show you love, oh. Ká má bára wa lò nínú ìfẹ́ kan.
No dey do competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. Oh. Tó bá ti sanwó fún Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí o. Ẹ fẹ́ jókù. Alákọ̀bí. Ṣẹ́gun Nàbí. Alákọ̀bí. Sábà mẹ́la. Anybody. Anybody. Any bo. Anybody. Mo ló ń folú, ó gbà mí bó ṣe rí mi láti kíníṣí. Délé mo ló ń folú, ẹ jẹ́ ń sọ̀rọ̀. Délé o, délé o.
That they would use to get to power. He's seen as someone who is almost like a one-man squad. How would you respond to that?
Well, it's safer to be a one-man squad. If you allow them to pull you into the political party politics, you might end up losing a base. I think he's a very smart man. He's playing with the rules he's not corrupt. He's not ready to go into the intrigues of political party. Let me tell you, if P2B will fall into the Labour Party crisis, you will hear names calling. He wouldn't want to be called names. I know the dangers of him not talking. So he should better stay calm. We obedience will talk for him. I'm not speaking for P2B though, but I know the troubles of Labour Party. Abure has to decide to obey the constitution of NLC, the agreement of NLC. Let me shock you. The Labour Party has written to INEC now that the original certificate of Labour Party is missing. So, and they've been issued a new one. So why would INEC reject their convention and then at the same time giving them a new certificate of, I mean, what's going on? Somebody is really pinching on the structure that is threatening 2027, and we all know where that is headed, and we have to just allow things fall out.
The Director General of the Obidati 2023 presidential election, Mr. Aki Oshuntoku, has also spoken about this. And to him, he said that the Labour Party is behaving like other political parties in Nigeria. And so that implies that he and the Labour movement thought that they were coming to a party that will be different from the People's Democratic Party and the All Progressives Congress. Is this a fair assessment of what is going on?
Well, we know that the Labour Party is a beautiful bride. And when you marry a beautiful woman, you have to make sure you have what it takes to keep her. So we are not unaware of those intruders that are ready to, reduce the strength of Labour Party. But we are confident that we will get out of this.
You're confident that another National Convention and Congresses will hold?
There must be a solution. His Excellency is capable.
If that does not occur, what's the next steps?
Well,
or what are the next steps?
Mr. Peter Obi knows the answer.
Mr. Peter Obi knows the answer. For you as an obedient, what would you like to see? Because you're very much invested in this entire journey of trying to create a new Nigeria.
The new Nigeria has no party. Anywhere the leader goes, we follow.
A new Nigeria has no party?
Yes.
So
no party.
You're confident that in 2027, even without a party, the obedient movement...
There will be a party.
Okay.
There will be a party. Just allow the movement to, we are hoping and we are praying that we will fly the Labour Party a ticket. If our leader moves anywhere, we'll follow. The obedient movement is what we are consolidating. We are moving around telling Nigerians, look, you are now buying bread for how much? You're buying fuel for how much? Let's forget about party politics and concentrate on Nigerians. The new Nigeria is what we are looking for. And we can only get it through a leader like Peter Obi.
You see, apart from the political party, so now in Labour, there is the Lamidi Apapa faction, there is the Julius Abure faction, and then there is the Joe Ajero faction. Yes, it is a party that they are trying to, take control of. And you say that it's not important. But even if you go with the obedient movement and set up another, a congregate, there is always tussle among people when people are fighting for power. You do not think that if you come up with your own institution or organization, we will see similarly what's happening within the Labour Party occur there?
I think the Labour Party issue is not an unsolvable issue. It is solvable, and I'm sure our principal is on top of the matter. We obedience, we are not allowing anybody to distract us in the pursuit of the new Nigeria, like I just told you. I've just traveled to Bauchi and Jos to meet the obedience who are fasting. We are concerned about the Nigerian people that are suffering right about now. We are not, you see, Labour Party knows what to do. Abure and Co knows what to do. These are just, you cannot move around Nigeria talking about the new Nigeria, telling people that Labour Party is taking a very dangerous step at this moment, because the whole country is looking at Labour Party to be the formidable opposition. And don't be surprised that there are some big ants on the side that are looking for the collapse of the Labour Party, and I advise them to trade with caution.
I like that you're very, gung-ho about the movement rather than the party, because it is the people that own the country. It is the people that will eventually lead the way and direct their leaders. With this in mind, you're confident that a new Nigeria is possible. How soon do you see that new Nigeria that you yearn for?
Can I tell you why I'm confident? In the early 90s, when I migrated to Belgium, I met people from Rwanda, people from all over the world that migrated, also due to instability in their own countries. Those countries are now stable. And when you talk to them, they will tell you, hold your leaders accountable. Go there, don't shy away. Insist that the political class gives you the dividends of democracy. And that's why a whole lot of us in diaspora, we have decided that we are not going to keep quiet. When you fly to London, for example, when you are landing, you see the beautiful environment, you see light everywhere. They also travel, they see it. We insist that the Nigerian people are giving the same. And we are going to allow them, whatever games they want to play to bring down Labour Party, we are not going to be part of it. We insist that the Nigerian people are awake. They have to get up and take over their country. They must take over their country. We are not going to, continue to allow the giant of Africa that we know, even abroad, they tell us you are from Nigeria. What are you doing here? When you answer this question for 25, 30 years, then you have to wake up.
Okay. Nigeria-Azomchine, thank you for...
Well, labour unions have joined a chorus of voices criticizing the increase in electricity tariffs for some consumers. The president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, is joining us now. Good to see you and thanks for your time. Well, in this case, you'll be putting on two caps. First, as an energy expert and a player who's been there for decades, and the NLC president. What truly is going on?
Well, you can't really understand the situation now because this is a situation that was foretold. In 2012, I told Nigerians that they would speak last with the level of privatization. And I think they're about to speak, but we are not yet there. But the most pertinent question, the way the Minister of Power is arguing about cost-reflective tariff. You ask him, what have you done to deserve cost-reflective tariff? What happened to service-reflective tariff? Now, which cost are you charging? Is it the cost of the salary or merited salary of the chief executives in the industry that you are demanding for, or their luxurious appetite? What cost are we talking about? The Gencos are telling you that they are not paying them. And you are talking of cost-reflective tariff. In a place where you don't have energy availability. Now, you can't talk of affordability where there is not availability and accessibility. And he's talking of cost-reflective tariff, and he's mounting it. From 2012 to date, there have been up to 7 or 8 tariff increases. And that was what I told Nigerians, that these guys will not add 1 watt. They will only be adjusting tariff. Ask them how many transformers they have replaced to deserve what they are getting. Ask this present government what is their energy policy. Because the minister is talking of cost. If we understand their energy policy, the Jonathan government led us into privatization. Now, where are we now? Are we still pursuing that privatization agenda? You know, where has it led us to? From the 4,000 megawatts they privatized 10 years after.
It's still there.
What has happened
4,000.
between that time and now?
Right.
And on that 4,000, you are increasing. NEPA used to have 1 MD, 4 EDs. Now you have about 18 MDs, 18 times 4 EDs, all over. The same cost on customers on daily basis. No meter. How can you buy a product that is not metered? Can you buy rice without a cup? Can you buy fuel where there is no meter? Now he's talking of band A, band B, and all this stuff. In countries of the world, they have gone green. What has happened to alternative sources of energy? That you are compelling everybody to bear the cost of gas. Cost-reflective tariff is the cost of gas, because almost 70% of the production is based on gas. So what happened to solar? What happened to hydro? What happened to Mambila that Babangida did feasibility studies?
Yeah.
From that time to now, Mambila could give you more than 3,500 megawatts. Hydro, water. What are they doing about it? Now he's talking of cost. After 1 month again, they will increase again.
And you said there's something called service tariff, service reflective tariff.
Yeah.
But quickly, Ngozi, just a minute, because before Larry left, we took it to the aspect of investors. And listening to you now, bringing it all the way from NEPA till this moment, and looking at the entire sector of the 3 subsectors, Genco, transmission and distribution, where have we been investing, talking about government and even the discos?
Well, I have not seen any investment since they took over. What happened was that there was an arrangement to give the sector to some individuals through proxies. Those individuals took money from Nigerian banks and say that they have taken over the power sector. 3 planks. There must be technical competence, managerial ability, and FDI, foreign direct investment. No one kobo came into Nigerian economy, and I'm saying it here tomorrow, by virtue of the privatization of electricity in the country. Now, sooner than they take over, we started experiencing both liquidity problem and crisis in those companies. 80% of the so-called privatized companies have been taken over by the banks. Abuja here, Benin, Ibadan, almost all. Now, this shows you that that's why, and the banks are managing the power sector. They don't have the competence. The banks that took over the power sector are the people running it.
So what you're saying is Nigeria's electricity problem is a wicked problem.
But
that
defies, you can't even, you don't even know how to solve it.
Defies all logic.
Yes, it is being solved on the basis of cost, because the bankers are the best people running it now, not based on any technical sound knowledge.
Now let's come back to the Minister of Power's press briefing today, where he made quite a number of points. He says, look, we have to gradually ease off from, subsidy. It has to be gradual. We cannot drop subsidy in electricity all at once. Do you support that to start with? And he says, look, 2.9 trillion earmarked for 2024 subsidy on electricity, that it does not make sense to use about 10% of the national budget to address subsidy issues.
Yeah, these points are very shameful. So to say, that he's talking of privatizing electricity, and then government taking over in regulating a deregulated sector. That's how today, the minister doesn't have the powers to regulate cost or anything in the power sector, because they have handed it over to the private sector. So what is he doing there? Two, they don't have right to subsidize a private man's business. Tell him I said so. If I bought a disco and then you are subsidizing me higher than the tune at which I bought the disco, what do you think he's doing? Tell him it's a prodigal economy. The entire power sector was sold at about 400 billion. And he's telling you that this year alone, that they will subsidize by 2.something trillion. Tell him, what is he doing there? Another person's business, private business. So all this is saying to some of us who knew that they privatized over 10 years ago, and they told us that government has no business in business.
Right.
So what is he doing now? So I don't really act. That's why I said, let them come up to tell us whether they have taken over the power sector and they are now micromanaging it, or is it still in the hands of the private sector and they are subsidizing other people's business.
Up to 67%,
yes.
according
so we need to, when we get this, some of us can now give informed commentary on them.
What exactly should be the way forward in a sustainable way? Not this back and forth, or it's cost reflective, it's not cost reflective. Recall, the GENCOs are being owed by government alone about $2 billion. What is the way forward? What needs to be done? What are the critical steps that must be taken now if Nigeria's energy sector will be fixed?
Well, I think we got it wrong from the beginning, because you don't privatize what does not exist.
The beginning, of course, would be the privatization.
Of the privatization
2013.
process, yes, yes.
Right.
You don't, by that time, in fact, it was President Yar'Adua that said, wait a minute, for about 3 years, let us see whether we can, improve the sector before you privatize, so that you don't privatize darkness. You don't privatize what is not in existence. Now, where do you start? The power generation aspect. They have built about 4, 5, 6 power plants. Papalanto, Motosho, Girigu, and all that. When they build, they give it to private people. And the areas they are building these power plants, the sources of energy is not there. Political power plants. If I'm from a community, I'll build a gas plant in my community when there's no gas. So I will now construct a gas pipeline, probably from Bayelsa to Lagos or to Sokoto, far from it. Because the diversity of energy sources in Nigeria are such that Yola, Meduguri, whatever, you do solar. The heat there will assist you. Enugu, Benue, Kogi, the coal deposit there. One plant built by ESCO in South Africa generates about, that is run by coal, about 2,000 megawatts. Maybe Katsina and other areas, you look at wind turbines.
Right.
And maybe the Niger Delta area, the gas and whatever. And then you see all the Niger state areas where you have hydro plants. You have a mix. And then by the time we have sufficient power generated, you can now look at the transmission network, which is the vehicle. And they're not telling you about GE contract. What has that got? When they gave GE contract to construct lines that will convey about 8,000 megawatts. When we have 8,000 megawatts already, that contract is out of place.
You know, let's see if we can close on this. Listening to you, first you were so pained to see that some of the discourses are being run by non-experts. And I recall, we've really come a long way, George. I recall a decade ago we had this conversation where you fought that the legacy staff must not be eased out. So some of them are still there. Are you saying these experts, coupled with their expertise and your institute, the Power Institute, have not been able to give, you know, knowledge, suggestions, as you've just highlighted, to these investors or takeovers to actually get us to where we are?
Well, I don't think they are even listening. The minister that is talking now, since he came on board, he has not met with the representatives of the workers to seek for advice. I think maybe yesterday was when he was sending text messages, because he equally knew that they have done their last things first. Now, you can't even increase tariff without stakeholders consultation. Tell NEC that I said that it's in part of the act that they should have consulted all stakeholders before the increase in tariff.
NEC was
Well,
here.
they said they did.
They said they did.
Yeah.
The question was posed to them.
We too. We are critical stakeholders,
Right.
NLC. And the unions, even the union in the power sector. Who did they consult? And where? Now, like I was saying, they are not taking the advice. And what they did was to ease off the legacy staff, you know, for whatever reason, and brought those with laptop, you know, and then for the account to balance. That is what happened. The legacy staff we are talking of, I'm not saying they are the best, but they held the system up to that moment. And come to look at it,
But some would say the legacy staff are part of the problem that led to.
And now that they are off, the problem is now that they are off.
You know, got to where it is. Very, very quickly before we let you go, the issue of subsidy. The minister says in another 3 or so years, subsidy will be fully, removed from electricity. Nigerians spend about $22 billion annually on generators, individuals and organizations. If Nigerians can do this, don't you think subsidy really may not be sustainable?
Which one comes first?
Which one?
Power, availability, or subsidy? Because he's talking of whether he removes subsidy or not, and we're still on 4,000 megawatts. What is the impact? That's the question. Now, you are still bringing us to where we were. Let Nigerians have power all over the world. Privatization is a post-industrialization concept. There must be availability before you now determine who manages it. There's no country in the world where the private sector developed their energy sector. No country. But the Nigerian state rushed to say they're handing over to the power sector. 10 years after, no private company has built a power plant to generate anything. It is still the same old, inefficient, according to them, NEPA, that they rushed to buy, and they're still managing it up to today.
It's a good place to leave it. Mr. Joe Ajero, NLC President, thank you very much for joining us.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you, my people. We are back here again. again. Today's Saturday, 6 April 2024. Thank you very much for your time with us. Everyone right there. I can see some of you already there with us on the comment section. Thank you very much for your kind words, your greetings, your prayers. I'm very, very grateful. I appreciate every one of you for your consistency, for joining us here every day, for managing us as well. As you know that our character, our behavior, or our presentation, or whatever here is, we are not perfect. You know, we appreciate you for managing myself and my wonderful panelists every day on this platform. You know, like we normally say, we come here every day from the beginning to beg for forgiveness, because we already know we might end up offending you within or at the end of the broadcast. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Thank you very much, Mother, for all Mommy Diaspora. Good evening to you, Mommy. Happy weekend to you. Thanks for all you do. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Oji, Ivy Jack, Rosie Ayosh. Thank you. God bless you all. Clifford. Thank you. Love God is my strength. Vitus Ekwebelem. Thank you. Stella Masevedo. Oriemi Abdul. God bless you all, my wonderful people. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel. Thank you, Peter Ife. And God will bless you, Nasaga Daddy. Thank you very much, Patricia Nofema, dear sister, CXL, and many others, Mike Akionbari, and many others that I think I've already showcased. Clifford, and many others. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, press on the like button, help us to share. As you all know, the reason why that last video, I have to play it for you guys to understand the epidemic that we are facing right now in terms of light. As you know, since Nigeria was created, or rather, should I say, since I was born, I have never experienced a good light in Nigeria. Let me say, I've never experienced, if I say 24 hours light, I might be lying. Because in Lagos, sometimes you get 24 hours light. Sometimes, so not this time, sometimes. Because I remember sometime last year or 2 years ago, yes, you know, I was in Nigeria, so I celebrated 36 hours light. But still, darkness, blackout, you know, is a thing of the day that we all need to talk about every day on this platform. But before that, you know, I'd like us to listen to this minister, you know, quickly on this slight issue.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Good afternoon. What can you say about the recent increase in the electricity tariff?
Electricity tariff? It is appalling.
Okay.
That is the reason I've been in a compendious, laconic lacuna.
Wow.
Not a recapitulation. But let me tell you this, that it is leca and pulchritudinous that in a legotla, in an imbizo, flagitious and enervating lematas were excogitatedly ruminated. We all saw it, how the recidivistical politicals move from budget disappearance to budget doctoration. But now we are faced with a debilitating, exasperating, a rebarbative and a homunculus electricity tariff. And this tariff is emanating with a financial lobotomization. But I pray that this will not ignite a clamorous remonstration. Now, come to think of it, how dare they deplete the citizens of their obstreperous and vociferous modus vivendi? Enough of this vilification and solipsism. This is execrably pugnacious, pestilential, and attenuating. Imagine the imbibition of the political rodomontates, which has kept us in an abject ululation. Why? Now Nigeria is in a political somnambulism and malocclusion. Nigeria is in a financial and economic banktigism. Look at the way the game politics is becoming a bugaboo. What a political holy bully. What a political hoity-toity. What a political foodie-doody. What a political hocus-pocus they have come with. What a political jabberwocky. What a political poppycock. What a political gobbledygook.
Sir,
with this consternation, I ask that you accept my pertinacious circumlocution. Accept my pertinacious circumambagous, grandiloquence, and magniloquence. But I will tell you this, I will not koto in Japoho. Thank you. I will refuse to koto in Japoho. Thank you.
I will not koto in Japoho, Loco Abasha. Hey, God. Thank you very much, guys, for your time with us. I thought I should bring that old video in to tally off with the NSC chairman on what he said earlier on Arise TV. I can see some of you just coming in right now. Thank you very much for your time. Amazing Grace USA, thank you very much for your time. Good evening to you. Rosie Ayosh, Lighthouse, I can see you as well. Honorable Sam Emonvo, I can see you right there as well. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Oji. Thank you, sir. God bless you all. I appreciate every one of you. Help us to press on that like button, help us to share as well. And let's face the reality of the day. We are here talking about the things that's affecting us every day. As you all know, we are saying it how it is, calling out our government to do the right thing. We can't continue like this anymore. But I still strongly believe that new Nigeria, we're going to have it in our time. If we continue this consistency, continue to call out, demonstrate our constitutional right, surely, in this postmodernism, we will have the opportunity to witness the new Nigeria that we all have been clamoring for. Let's stay positive, my people. I understand that a lot of people are angry. We all are angry how the country have been governed by, by some satanic group of people since Nigeria was created. These guys have been recycling themselves, governing the country in their own favor, not the favor of the people. But I'm still very, very certain that Nigeria, a new Nigeria, will come in. Thank you very much, my people. Now God bless you now. But meanwhile, I have this short video of Oil Bokri that I'd like to quickly play here. It's just a 1 minute long or two video. Let's take this to add to our topic today.
Officers and men of the Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder are on a mission to dismantle an illegal refining site in the creeks of Rivers State. The site is Wellhead 15, a part of the OML 18 belonging to the NNPC Limited. The commander vows that he and his men will fight crude oil theft to a standstill.
Behind me here is Oil Wellhead 15, belonging to OML 18 of Nigerian NNPC. This oil wellhead belongs to them. You can see a very big 14-inch hose connected illegally to this oil wellhead 15. And they are transferring it to this, you can see it, to these big wooden boats, popularly known as Cotonou boats. They contain almost 70 metric tons of raw crude oil, sabotaging our economy.
He speaks further on the arrests made and notes that the illegal facility has been polluting the creeks of Ilim Krakrama in Degema local government area of the state.
We have made arrests of 14 of them. We caught them in the act. You can see all these places, they have polluted it. They will tap from this oil wellhead, and the excess, they leave it to pollute the environment. We have told them severally to look for other means of livelihood. We have talked with their leaders, their paramount chiefs, and their community leaders, but it seems they are not relenting, and we will not relent too.
Afterwards, the Navy hands the suspect over to the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps for prosecution. This arrest is coming less than a year after a massive illegal crude oil theft operation was dismantled by the Navy and NNPC Limited technicians at the same Ilim Krakrama community. Charles.
No more bad government in Nigeria. By that word, the only media that have been consistent speaking against the bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Niger what yo. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. For the poor, no more bad government. Niger war, no more bad government. Niger war to be here, no more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media. No more bad government. The #1 media in Nigeria. No more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger war. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. Niger war, the voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Mega watch media. Voice for the voiceless. Mega watch media. Voice for the voiceless. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 I don't want you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing. And we recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the #1. I don't want you.
All right, we are finally back, man. People, I appreciate you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you once again. Thank you very much for your time with us. If you're just coming in right now, I appreciate you. Good evening to you, or rather, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Depend on your own region. Please do the needful. Press on that like button. As you know, we call on this every blessed day so that our voices can go far. Wonderful panelists' voices can go far as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Press on the $sign. Encourage us. Today's Saturday, encourage us to do more for you. I appreciate every one of you, my people. Now, God bless you. Now, I have a few articles to present right here. But before I start presenting my article, I would like to quickly post out a link for those of you that want to join the panel. Click on the link and join us on the panel. And let's talk about the things that's affecting us together. That is the link right there. I've posted out a link. Click on it. Join us here and let's talk together. It's Saturday. It's going to depend. The duration that we're going to be here for will depend on the people on the panel. I appreciate every one of you, my wonderful people. Let's take it from here. Let me bring in the first article that I have for you today. One moment, my people. Bear with me. Okay, let's start with this one. I have about 6 articles here. I might end up taking on the headline or depend. I might take 1 or 2 paragraphs. But let's start with El-Rufai. The headline here is saying that from Vanguard, El-Rufai prepares to fight Tinubu in 2 courts. What can happen? Why? What can still cause fight now? The immediate past governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasri El-Rufai, is preparing to fight President Bola Tinubu in at least 2 courts. Saturday Vanguard can report. The prospect of the battle are to be staged in the court of the land where El-Rufai expects to clear his name of allegation of being a security risk, and also to the court of public opinion where political actors expect him to be a major barricade to the president re-election in 2027. Okay. That fight, I believe I say it go to Netflix, so it goes sweet where. But meanwhile, let's quickly move on. Let's see if we can take Adeboye here. We have okay, let's start. Okay, let's take Adeboye quickly. Yes, Boko Haram leaders claim to be Muslims, but it doesn't make every Muslim a terrorist. RCCG General Overseer Adeboye, don't talk that one. For me, I agree with him though. All Muslims cannot be terrorists. So, well, let's say that Adeboye, speaking on the state of the country, added that he had a feeling that the rate of inflation and increments under the Bola Tinubu administration was no longer natural. Hey, finally, a pardon talk. Finally, Oh, it's not natural anymore. It's not spiritual anymore. We don't need to pray anymore. Hey, pa, with all the weight make you talk this one or this why? The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCJ Pastor Enoch Adeboye, has stated the fact that the leaders of Boko Haram are Muslim or claim to be Muslim does not mean that every Muslim is a terrorist. I'll leave that one right there. But at least for you to say it's not natural anymore, at least we don't need to be praying over this dilapidation of our country anymore. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you all. Let me quickly take another one right here. Bear with me, my people. Let's do this. Please hold on. I'll pick your call. Let me finish with this article first. Okay. Army lieutenants, 6 others killed on Bonu Yobe Road. Why did they kill our armies like this now? What did they happen? What did they happen? Now, wow. The government need to protect these people because it's not looking funny anymore. Some of them now go they happy for una mind now say they kill our army, forgetting that these people now they even make say the small way remain for Nigeria say it still they exist. You must have that in mind because it doesn't look funny anymore to me. What did they happen? Anyway, EFCC files fresh 26 count charge against Emefiele. Emefiele don't enter another. In fact, we'll see whether a family or a member, a people feel join us for here. Let's see whether we welcome Emefiele quickly. Make you join us for here quickly.
I don't still know why some people are going against the CBN rules. Government, where Emefiele? Government, CBN governor give us the rules that we should go with, that we should abide with. Governor said, Governor CBN, maybe you understand. Fuck up. Please remind me that name, I beg.
All right, CBN. Hey God. So that the offense where they talk about just now with this man coming that and now they knew your pussy. Now they suffer pussy. God, we feel like don't enter watch us. You are finished. If I made the all live for prison 40, Tinubu come off for office. People like this don't need to forgive them. Yes. Although I'm not happy with Tinubu's administration because his targeting has been selective. Yes, but someone like Emefiele should rot in jail. Yes, he should. Now I don't know how much where Emefiele don't return till date. We don't return. Where they say he thief. Only one person go they thief trillions. Only one person. Wait till they happen. A country where a lot of people are languishing away in poverty. One person go they return trillion, go they thief trillion. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. But I'm not going to take on that article. Let's just move on. Let me bring another one to your screen quickly. I'd like to bring this one here. That's another one there coming from our the only governor that is shaking the whole country right now. Make could I see what he talk for here. We have cleared all. Wait till the happen now. Make could I let me read now. We have cleared all pension arrears in Abia. That's Governor Oti. Now see, the only governor now, just 1 year in office, is already shaking the whole country. Yes, this is one of the reasons you see that a lot of people are lambasting on my own governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki. You see, a lot of people are lambasting on him because we are not sure what the man was doing, what he's doing, what is happening. So it's crazy. People need to continue to be defending him because it's not easy. Look what is happening in Abia State right now. I wish other governors can emulate this. You know, although we still have some satanic individuals that we still criticize this man or head. You'll say another, they find one allegation where they'll put for a head very soon. You know, but meanwhile, let's move on. Let me bring another one to your screen quickly. Thank you. God bless you all, my people. Please do your part as I'm doing my part right here. Yes, I know this man that year now. I said he can be the APC national chairman. I don't know. But he's only Attorney General of Federation, EFCC, can prosecute me for 1.3 billion naira bribe. Others as Governor Ganduje Des Kano government. Una still remember the person we called the squeeze dollar for his one that year. I live on like that. I never get anybody for panel. Maybe they're for the answer me. Let's move on. I'll just leave that one. Let me quickly break. I think we have only one more to go. Only one more. Okay. This is the last one. Coming from the electricity tariff. Now be the rainy one now for Nigeria. Electricity tariff hike. Tinubu's men pushing Nigeria economy into deeper crisis. Article 1. Yes. Not be smart, you know. Blackout everywhere, and people are still paying bills. So I'll just leave that one. I don't want to take it. Let me just leave that one. You know, that is all I have for you guys today. I appreciate every one of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you right there. Where's my people? Nobody on the panel today. What's happening? Saturday I've started again. You know, but let me take course. You know, the first caller in the next 10 seconds, then I'm done. Yes, let's see who's going to call in first. Mr. I, thank you very much for joining us. I can see you right there. Mr. TV, DB, Vitos, Akwebelen. God bless you all, my people. I appreciate you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, the first caller is already here. Mr. Shimeze, as usual. Mr. Shimeze, thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Good evening to you. Please talk to us, sir.
Good afternoon, good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Elvis, well done.
Yes.
I greet you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And no matter no one is in the paradise, I greet their seat. And up gunners,
See, man, if you see the corner eye, why I tell they watch that football just now, eh? Kai God. See the way they happy for you, eh?
Watching you, I say, oh, neither what? I know why he keeps silent. He want to put this game finish before he can talk.
No. To be honest, you see that last third goal, Jesus from Trossard, Jesus.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, congratulations to all gunners, Mr. Joseph Orji. Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations to you. We are winning the league.
Right. By his grace.
Yes. Let's move on, sir.
Neither what? I wasn't happy. What kind of happy yesterday? I was watching what is going on, but I can't, because the nature of my job, I can't come in. You know, sometimes Black Panther overdo stuff. You know, he need to be coming down. He can be interjecting. See, Madam Irish, I love you. I love what you did yesterday. No matter, you never allow Black Panther to pull you down. He was saying as if he's the one, he has a voice. No, other people have a voice. Black Panther, please be coming down. Because of you, I will come and fight you. Madam, I'm your follower now, because where you stand, I stand on it. Yes, and I know what I have to tell you. Yes, I'm not from Edo, but I will go with what's his name?
Aswe Igodaro.
Yes, this is who I'm supporting.
Okay.
So yes, I'm supporting him. I'm with Madam Irish Finance. So neither what you have to tell Black Panther. He need to give some people respect. He's doing too much.
But he's not disrespecting anybody. He's only countering you. That's all.
I know, but the way his his voice, it's like his voice is so loud, and he uses his voice to intimidate other people. You know, like me, I have voice more than him. If I come to that panel, he will only shout, we will shout there.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Now, the issue we have at hand. You see, Nigeria, you see, you are putting people more to the poverty. That is not right. Okay. The tariff you're increasing. Not you increase the tariff, there is no light. The way gas, there is a petrol in Nigeria, when the gas is up, you won't see the gas to buy, or you go to black market. I don't know if NEPA will give Nigeria black market. Then Nigeria will buy black market, so they will have light. I don't know, is it possible? So they will be having black market. You see, they need to do something to help people out. So many people use these things to show that people is using sewing machine. No, we are in the 24th generation. You know, we need to be used like there is electric sewing machine, all those things, not the butterfly that you use hand. You know, you use head
to. 1 minute, round up 1 minute, sir. We have traffic, a lot of traffic on the phone.
Please, Nigerian government, you need to do something. Then, I think you show something of Bonkre. Bonkre, it will never stop. Let me tell you one thing about Bonkre, oil for Bonkre. You see, those people are doing the business, black powder business. You see, somebody they will get somebody maybe at a point, and that person know. The next tomorrow, he will take his white powder, go.
Okay.
So
thank you.
That's how that Bonkre is. Something that somebody already addicted. It will never stop. Thank you, Niger Watch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Chimize. God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right, let me take the other call quickly. Someone else is calling in. Okay, Mr. Alex is calling in as well. Hello, Mr. Alex, are you there? Please, guys, help us to press on the like button and help us to share as well. You know, thank you. Mr. Alex, thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Yes, there seems to be an unstable attack on your media gadget by these social media Godzillas. You have to check it out because I've been trying to enter. I can't enter. I don't know if you have panelists now, but I think people are having problems to log in just now.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me post out a link again. I don't know. Maybe that link is corrupted. I don't know. Go ahead.
Yes. I tried. Yeah, so I don't know if that's the case of other people, but that's what I've been going through for over 5 to 10 minutes now.
You know, so this now you they talk on our enemies washing.
Yes, of course. They're always there. It's normal. Amongst 12, there's going to be Judas, and amongst 24, there will be 2 Judas. So when you continue counting every 12, you find 1 Judas. So you have 500 people watching, you have about 20 or 40 Judas. It's normal. So yeah, with respect to them, I greet them too. I greet everybody, Mr. Niger Watch. You see, they said it was a Muslim ticket during election, right? I'm going somewhere. They said it was a Muslim ticket. So the Muslim people I know, the one in Qatar, the one in Saudi Arabia, they are good. They build their country. They have electricity. They have good road. They have good schools. They pay their citizens. They build hospitals. Why is our Muslim leaders like this? So the Muslim ticket is all about electricity darkness. It's all about stealing money, ministers stealing, demolishing houses, taking people's lives. You know, lying to us about Naira and dollar that will see crash very soon. All those oil pipeline, they are saying, what is the meaning of pipeline, the wellhead 15, the wellhead M? Those are criminal code, criminal terminologies. Those are methodologies of criminality. How many Nigerians have benefited from it? They've been busting these things for the past 20 years. How has that transformed into food for the poor man on the streets? How has that given job to the graduate who left school 5 years ago? So let those guys go and sleep. It's a lie. It's a fraud. They know who they are after. It's their business. They've been doing it for years. Who are the owners of the so-called oil well? What is oil well? Nigeria Wash. If you win election today and you are a senator or a governor, you want one oil well. Do you know what they call oil well? It's not a well in the ground though. It's one of those pipe edge. They'll just give you to sell to white people for 6 months or 8 months or 2 years. They did it for Desi Danjuma. They did it for Lucky John those days, and so on and so forth. That's what they call oil well. You can sell for 1 year, you can sell for 2 years, and you bring it back to the cabas in the north. So that's for that. And you can see Nigerians that they deceive you with religion. Muslim. No Christian is buying bread cheaper. No Christian is having electricity tariff cheaper. No Christian or Muslim is having anything that a Muslim is not going through now. Those in the north, those in the south, listen. Religion is only for elections. Religion is a scam, is a fraud by Nigerian politicians. A real religion will give water to its citizens to drink. A real religion will not want to have its country in darkness. A religion that will care for the people, that will not allow security to ravage the country, that will not steal money and go and be buying houses in Dubai and other places. So next time election comes again, open your eyes. Don't let them tell you, don't vote for him. He's not from your religion. He's not from your region. He's not from your section. No, all of them are united, carrying money away. All the governors, nearly all the senators, they are friends, they meet. So when it comes to election, they put you in the front and use you to block and say you are a Muslim. Yeah, go, you are a Muslim. Be there, go and tell them you are a Muslim, you are a Christian. Now everybody is suffering it. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking from darkness. They even mocked me yesterday that I'm a man of lithium battery. Mr. Akim, I'm coming. We shall explain that, and in a very good debate someday. Of course, it's good to be a man of low battery, Mr. Low Battery, than to be a friend of people who supervise the killings of their own people. A governor who will keep quiet while the people are being kidnapped. It's good to be a man of low battery because of the challenges that we are going through to be on Nigeria's platform and other live programs due to the insecurity and the darkness created by politicians that you support, Mr. Akim. I'm very proud to be a man of low battery because I'm speaking for the poor people, I'm speaking for the hungry, I'm speaking for Deborah who that history. So if that is his name, I get William Wilberforce, who was a slave trade campaigner. He was campaigning against his slave trade. One of the merchants called him slave preacher. When I heard that yesterday, that went to my mind. So I'm happy to be a slave preacher, to be a man of low battery, than to sympathize with those who have no conscience, who are stealing people's future, who are stealing money made for medicals, money made for roads, money made for pregnant women, money made for insecurity, and so on and so forth. So Nigeria, I'm very proud to be a man of low battery because if you live in Nigeria, you know the struggles to be on a Nigeria life program. That struggle alone, Nigeria was now, I really believe you when you say those days in Nigeria when you broadcast that it's not easy. It's not easy. You think about your fuel, you think about your internet, you think about your expenses. It's not easy. And I bet you, Mr. Akim, if you're in Nigeria, you will not be on a live program for more than 3 times in a year. I bet you won't try it. So back to Tinubu and the midget of Kaduna, the former governor of Kaduna State fighting. It's not a fight. Those guys are the same. Was it not the one dancing Buga with him in Tantam House? He was the one teaching Tinubu how to dance Buga. They are all the same. They want to distract us. Tell Rufai to tell us how did he put Kaduna in a debt of $585 million. The new governor of Kaduna is crying out that the state is in trouble. They can't pay salaries. Money has been looted and stolen. And this same Rufai is the one that told us he knows where the terrorists, the bandits are, that he needs them. He gives them money. In the same country, Rufai should be in the DSS custody, not Nnamdi Kanu. So Nigeria, don't be deceived by this repartee between him and Tinubu. Please, I will join you if I can. Thank you so much.
God bless you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Thank you, man. Love God is my strength. Thanks for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Hello, Nigeria.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, good evening, everyone on the comment section and everyone on the with you on the panel. Good evening, Mommy Diaspora. Happy weekend. I'm very sure every one of us is fine. I'll quickly go to the oil bunkering and the arrest of those people that they say they are stealing oils and all that. I want to say something. I'm not encouraging oil bunkering or all those things. I'm not. I want to ask you, those people that they are arresting, are they not the owner of the oils? Those people who have the oil wells, who are they? Are they part of the people who has that land? Those people who are arrested and they put them on chains, that they've arrested them because they are doing oil bunkering, they are doing oil refinery, they're refining the oils. They are the owner of the oil. They are the owner of the oil. I'm not encouraging it, but I'm just saying it that you are arresting them. That is their land. You are arresting them for their own natural resources. And the resources of that land, you are giving it to somebody else. They are coming to that land to take resources that does not belong to them. So arresting them, for me, I'm very sure that even all that thing that they are doing it for one rich man somewhere. Somebody is sponsoring them to do that stealing. Somebody is sponsoring them to refine the oils. So that oil that they are refining is not for them. Somebody is behind it. And they are the owner of the oil. So you are arresting them. For me, I just feel that is not right. Let them go, because tomorrow they will see come there, because that is their land. Now I want to say something about when that man was talking about the public journalism that you normally show when you start. He was talking about the hatred of Igbos. The hatred of Igbos is all over Nigeria. And I will say for us from the south, let me say from the south down from Edo down, we don't hate the Igbos. Igbos are our brothers. The people that hate the Igbos, they know. And the more you hate these people, they are doing well. Look at Mr. Oyema. What Mr. Oyema is doing for Nigeria. Look at Mr. Oyema, the way he has put Nigeria on a very good. Look at my friends from Sierra Leone. Everybody, they are talking about it. So hating the Igbos is just like wasting time. The more you hate them, the more God bless them. The more you break their property, the more God is blessing them. So hating them, for me, it is wrong. And for this man who was talking about that is obedient, the man is he has really changed. I would just say everybody will obedient. We are not particular about Labour Party. If Labour Party like, they should break. But one thing that anywhere Obi go, we are going to go with him. Anywhere Obi enter, we are going to enter with him. We don't care. If Apuri has listened to you when you spoke to him privately, it will not be like this. This thing will have been settled. But we pray that everything should work out fine for us. Thank you, Mr. Nigeria.
Thank you very much, man. God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, just one more caller and I'm done. I need to go to the panel right now. Okay, let me go to the panel. Oh, no, let me return this call quickly. Then I'll come to you guys on the panel. So I'm returning your call. I just hope you pick on time. Yeah, okay, let me post the link again. 1 minute, Mr. Alex. Let's see if you can call me. Yeah, good evening to you, sir. Thank you very much. I can see you called in earlier on. Talk to us.
Today I am.
Go ahead, sir.
I just want to greet you.
Yes, sir.
I say well done with a good job you are doing.
Oh, thank you, sir.
God bless you, Mr. Negawad. God bless you, Mr. Negawad. God bless your mommy.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
I want to say one thing. Mr. Tinubu, he wanted to suffer Nigeria. Yeah, another bring another increment of NEPA light. And there's no light. Even now I'm talking Mr. Negawad, they want to kill us. But we know God is going to deal with him. We are going to come out. He planned for bad planning happens. It will never happen. It will never happen, inshallah. God will hands. God bless you, Mr. Negawad.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
God bless you, sir. Okay, all right, callers, I'll come back to you guys again later on. Let me start with the people on the panel right now. I appreciate those of you listening to us. What's happening, my people? Please press on the $sign. Encourage our work today. We only have one person that super chatted us today, Peter Ife. Thanks for supporting the channel. Always appreciate you. May God bless you. Guys, encourage what we do. Madam Busy Brains, where are you? We miss you. Give us a mandate. It don't pass 4 days now. Whenever I hear from you, where you day, and many others right there. Please, if you know you're not too busy, always join us. Let's continue to talk about the things that's affecting every one of us. Let me call on the first person on the panel, which is Mr. Ike. It's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Of course.
Hey, bro.
Thank
Good
you, sir.
afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening to you, Mr. Ike. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
I greet everybody. This is weekend. It's in a relaxed. We'll stay in a relaxed mood to talk on a weekend. I wish that Nigeria sometimes go give us some things to even relax with. But every day the stories we get from there don't seem to, give
Exactly.
us the weekend vibes that everybody gets. You know. Sometimes when you make your presentation, I see red flags from certain places. You see, where I'm seeing red flag today is this wanton killing of our military people. It's no life. I keep saying it. I'm pro-life. No life there's no life that does not matter. But when there is no more fear on the military establishment, and you see on the road they say they kill somebody, a military person, and so on, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. I know that nothing is going on very well in our country, but when it gets to killing the law enforcement agents, it's a big red flag. It's a big red flag. We are lucky that we don't have any external aggression. If we have it, sincerely speaking, another country can run over Nigeria because we don't have the law enforcement agents to help us defend the country. We don't have them. So when citizens freely, why our law enforcement agents, that's a red flag. Outside the red flag, I go back into the case against Ganduje. You see, it's so bad in Nigeria that even if you bring a video of somebody committing a crime, you're still not sure that that crime can be prosecuted. What are we dragging? A governor was videotaped collecting bribe and putting in his agbada. It's enough. When you say allegedly, there is no allegedly in this one. Because there is a video. This person planted a video. The guy that did that thing has been interviewed. He said, this man has been doing this over time. Each time he gives you contract, he takes about 30% of it. If you say taking away 30% will not be enough, the remaining will not be enough to do the contract, they will inflate the contract to cover that 30%. And the moment you get it, you change it into hard currency because it's more compact to carry. And this man planted a video camera inside his own clothes and videotaped this man taking this money and putting it. And 6 years after, or 5 years or more after, we are still dragging our feet on persecution. Every evidence is there. You don't need any investigation. You have the video. And we're still dragging our feet on how to prosecute him. Will APC say they didn't know about this video before making him the national chairman? Sometimes when we say APC is not for Nigeria, people think we are just being envious. How can that video that trended in Nigeria for that long, and they were still bold enough to make him their national chairman? So how can they fight corruption? My worry is, will the Kano High Court be able to prosecute this case to the end? Because what will happen is, whatever judgment they make, they'll take it to the Supreme Court. Who has the Supreme Court? The same APC. So it will still be one of those court sittings and prosecution that rent the air. At the end of the day, nothing will come out of it. I don't see the government of Tinubu prosecuting their national chairman. If the Kano State government succeeds in doing it, and it moves away from Kano State to maybe Supreme Court or to the EFCC, that would be the end of that. And life continues. How will a country be run this way? How? It's not possible. That's why every day you see me cry. I say, if I have the plan of going to Benin, for example, and I come down from London, and a car was waiting for me to take me to Benin from Lagos to Benin. And instead of the car going through Ibadan Expressway to link Shagamu Benin Expressway, the car started going to Badagry. Yes, my plan is to go to Benin, but I'm seeing a driver of a car taking me towards Badagry. I won't be hopeful or be praying to say maybe God will touch his heart midway into Agbara going towards Badagry. He will turn and make a U-turn and start going to Benin. It's either I'll stop you from driving that car or I'll get out of your car. Because you're not taking me to my destination. That's what it is. But my original intention is to go to Benin. And that's why I got into that car. But when I see the driver doesn't know the way he's driving towards Badagry, I will get out of the car or I will stop you from driving the car. That's exactly where we are in this case. These guys are not taking us to any better Nigeria. They are not. We got to call them out. We got to awaken the consciousness of our people to know that the drivers we have are not taking us to the right destination. Today I was listening to Ajero on the interview about electricity tariff. The same megawatts Nigeria was producing before this thing was privatized is still what it is now. But the rates keep going up. So you are not generating anything more, you are not transmitting anything more, and we have many more MDs and EDs. Because before, when it was PXC and it was one person, now we have many of them that are answering MD and EDs, and still no improvement in the generation of power, no improvement in the transmission of power, but every day there is a revision of the rates upwards. So we are not moving anywhere. We are like in a barber chair, like Professor Zekomo will say, you are in a barber chair, there is a movement, but it doesn't move. When the barber turns you, he turns you from the back to the front. So there is a movement of the chair, but the chair still remains the same place. That's the barber chair. That's what we're seeing in Nigeria. Nothing is happening. The government is not thinking of going forward. So when we also hear that they say Erufai wants to fight Tinubu on two different courts and so on, same story. We will hear more. Now you read about Emefiele that they say they have 26 fresh counts on him. One of the biggest sin of Emefiele was unnecessary printing of naira without anything backing it. But do you know that this present government is printing? Do you know I have seen a 500 naira that was printed in April 2024? 500 naira. And this is just 6th of April. There is 1,000 naira that I saw printed in March. That's last month. So this government is still printing money. Nobody will call them out because they are still in government. But the damage will leave after them. The damage of whatever they are doing will leave after them. So all those policies that failed under Emefiele is still being repeated by this new government. The only thing is the people that benefited from that policy in the last government only changed. The policy remained the same. So if we see positive things, we will talk about it. But it looks like every day, so many negative things. I don't know whether we have chosen what we are going to discuss tomorrow. As usual, we're not going to talk about politics tomorrow. Mr. Davis, we're not going to talk about politics tomorrow. I don't know whether we've thought about the topic we're going to discuss tomorrow so that we can even have some sanity in our head. Because this politics every day and the bad news that comes from it is already depressing us. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, it's really depressing. Really depressing. Thank you very much, Mr. Ike. God bless you. Thanks for that submission. I'd like to quickly appreciate Mr. Johnson Emmanuel. Thanks for his super chat. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph Oji. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of you right there. I can see a message from you, Great Mind. You said, what about Madam Victoria. Madam Victoria, don't leave us for long. Go for almost I don't know. Before the election finished, now that time she don't give up on Nigeria. But somehow, someday, she might be joining the show again. Who knows? But I believe that she's listening to us. Madam Victoria, if you are listening to us, we always miss you here. Thank you very much, Amazing Grace USA. God bless you, madam. I really do appreciate you. Thank you. I really appreciate you, my brother, for all that you do. May you and your family never lack anything good in life. I say big amen to that. Amen, amen, amen. And you too, man. Thank you for all you do. Thanks for your encouragement. I'm very, very grateful. Okay, I would like us to quickly move on now to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan Kingsley, thank you very much, sir, for your time with us, for your consistency, for being there, for your voice. I appreciate you. Please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. And I believe you are doing very well today. And then I believe, yes, you are doing very well because your gunners,
exactly,
they are bringing it out, right? That's good. And greetings to all the panelists and all those that are in the comment sections, those that are listening. Greetings to everyone and welcome. Actually today I'm glad because you brought out an issue that is very, very serious, but sometimes in Nigeria we take it lightly. But we do know that it's a very serious matter. This tariff electricity subject that you brought out today is been there for the past, I think, since the beginning of this week. But I know that you will bring it out on this platform. You will highlight it, and it's so timely because the Minister of Power gave a press interview, so it's very timely because when it came out, it was forced from the agency.
Exactly.
So you will not be able to really substantiate it. But
exactly.
Now that the Minister of Power himself has spoken, then you can now tie it to the government that yes, this is the government, it is the APC policy, so they can't run away from it. So we can now talk about it. See, as I always say, Nigeria, we always, and I don't know why, we treat the country as if it's a normal country. It is not right. At this point, it is not even fair. It is not fair. It is, as you will say here, it is even satanic. How can you be treating something that is not normal as if it is normal? Now we can say that it is deliberate and it is not fair to Nigerians. A country that is experiencing epileptic power supply for decades. And you want people to be paying for darkness, literally paying for darkness. When you know that the electricity is not reliable and it is not regular, and yet you are pretending. You are pretending, calling it cost-reflective tariffs. It is wickedness. You are not providing the electricity, and you want people to pay more. Shouldn't it be the other way around? When the first thing you will do is to invest heavily to ensure that electricity supply is reliable to a very large extent, and then you can now turn around and say, hey, listen, Nigerians, we as a government, we have invested so much to bring comfort to everyone. And you all can see it in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months that electricity has changed. The things are getting better. People are now getting more electricity. It doesn't come by default. It doesn't drop from heaven. We invested a lot. In fact, part of the money that we borrowed and all the rest, we have invested it. So it is time for Nigerians to pay more. Nigerians will then listen. But what are they doing? They are pretending as if it's a normal thing, as if it's a country where the electricity is normal. People are getting normal. So it is now you can now increase. How will you be doing that? Why? It is wickedness. Just say this is wickedness. I don't think these people, they have brains And how can you come out in bold face and now be telling Nigerians that you want to increase tariffs? Nigerians that are already grappling with multitude economic challenges already. And all you can do now is to add to it. When you have not really invested into it, you look at the reason behind it. Cost reflective, which means that you have put a lot of money into it, so you want to justify it. But the consumers are not seeing it. These are the things that in their own regular businesses, they won't do that. I doubt even if they are businessmen anyways, because they are only looting. Because if you run your business with genuine money, and you have been doing that for years, for decades, there is no way you will sit down in a position of power authority and be taking this kind of decisions, because your business mind will have told you so. It's not normal. It's not like this. I got to do it better. It's like you are selling bread to Nigerians. Now you reduce the size of the bread, reduce the quality of the bread, but increase the price of the bread. I don't know how to bring it home to Nigerians just to see in a very, very simple, way. That's what they are doing. All the money over the years, they have been looting it. They have been stealing it. All the money, the billions. There is no time. We can even go into the amount of millions of dollars that they have borrowed from World Bank in the name of electricity. That the money they are coming to use it for electricity. Rural electrification, to improve power generation, improve transport. They are all there. These people have borrowed millions, even in fact billions of US dollars from the IMF. And these are monies that Nigerians will pay back. But Nigerians have not seen anything to show for it, that they are showing for it. These people, they're showing nothing for that. So it is so shameful, and it saddens someone's heart that a government will be doing this, pretending, and until Nigerians knows that Nigeria is not a normal country. They are treating Nigeria as if Nigeria is United States, as if Nigeria is Germany, as if Nigeria is United Kingdom or Australia or New Zealand. Nigeria is far from all these countries. It is only in Germany now they can wake up tomorrow and say they are increasing electricity tariffs by 2%, 3%, or 4%. People will shout, people will protest, but people will see the impact. It is only in America or United Kingdom they can even come. Even in United Kingdom, when they increase the price of electricity went up about a year or two, we know how people cried out, and it has to drop. In fact, they brought it down. People that are living in UK can testify to this. That's a country where they have reliable and regular power supply. Government even brought down the price when they took it up, and then they brought it back down. But in Nigeria, where it is darkness all through, they are increasing it. So there is, in other words, let's put it straight away again. In other words, they don't have enough to steal. So they want to they need more to steal. That's what it is. Nigeria is already paying over 5 trillion naira on electricity subsidy. The subsidy that Nigerians are getting, nothing for it. And I'm not so surprised, because the man that is in charge now said it clearly. He said it clearly. He said, I'm going to reduce your purchasing power and increase your taxes. This is tax. So this is a form of taxation. They are increasing your taxes, and they are reducing your ability to do better as an individual, as a family, or as a business. They are reducing your purchasing power because income has not increased. So they are reducing your capacity, but they are raising your taxes. He's doing it exactly as he said it. Election has consequences. He said so, and he's doing so. And it seems that this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. There is no enough money to steal. And now they want to create more for themselves to steal. All the generating, the disco, that is the distribution companies, and the generating company, they call them gencos. All these companies, they are being manned by incompetent people. As Mr. Peter Obi will say, a carpenter flying an aeroplane. Your life is in danger right off the bat, even before the plane takes off. Even before they start the engine of the plane, you are done already. They are carpenters attempting, or not even practically trying to run an aeroplane. Most of them are political sycophants, patronages. Those are the people that are running these things. An Hausa man who has nothing to do, he has a genco, a generating company, electricity generating company. Most of them have they distributed all these distribution companies to themselves. Go and look at the people that are running. If I don't know anything, at least I know that of Ikeja in Lagos. Distribution, the Ikeja Disco. Go and look at the lady that is running that organization. They are all political cronies. And they are the one collecting these subsidies. So they are collecting. How do you even want electricity to work in Nigeria as it stands right now? Where people can tap, they can steal electricity, they can do whatever they want. There is no system. Everything is all disorganized and they care less. So, in fact, on this topic, there's so much to say, but there's no time, so that because we go into the numbers, if the amount of money that Nigeria is shoving away right now in subsidy, you will ask yourself, where is the money? Who are those that are getting these tariffs? And where is the commensurate service that Nigerians are getting? Or the output that Nigerians are getting? Where is these trillions of naira? Now, they now want Nigerians to be paying more. So I will leave that. You know, Ajero said it. I agree with him on that one point there. You know, very factual. They are privatizing and subsidizing darkness. That's what it is. It is darkness. They are paying for that. They are paying for darkness. You know. So I will leave that. I will leave that there. And then I want to talk on Alex Oti of Abia State that has cleared all pensions in Abia. And I want to put that side by side with other states. At least one that is more relevant now is that of Edo State because of the upcoming election. Compare that with a governor that has been there for 8 years now, almost 8 years. We can say 8 years now, who is still having billions of naira outstanding. There are people that they are owing from the 80s in Edo State, 90s, from the 80s, retirees, pensioners, till today, that they have not paid them. It was last year that Obaseki started running around, squeezing money to start paying this pension, reducing it down. Since last year, March, he started paying this pension just because of the upcoming election, because of 2024. It's all politics that is playing on the lives of people. And these are people that have worked all their life. Most of them are in their 70s, 80s. They have not been paid their pension. Edo State still has billions to be paid in pension. That's why I asked the question yesterday. But the people that were discussing this, you know, supporting this government, they are not there. I wanted them to answer that relevant question. Because, see, the line is clear for me. It is clear. If you support this government in Edo State or support the candidate of this governor in Edo State, you cannot going forward say anything against the APC government in clear mind. You cannot do that going forward. You got to start supporting Mr. Tinubu. In fact, you got to stay side by side with every of his policies going forward, because there is no way you can make sense any longer. That is it. Because a governor, if you compare that, Alex Otti is less than a year, barely 1 year. He cleared all the backlogs of pension in the state. And you have a governor who has been there for 8 years, and he still has billions to cover. And I don't know. And the one that he wants to come in right now is most likely going to continue in that trajectory. But I'm not naive, though. I know that his supporters will quickly come out that he will not. Then let him come out and say it. Exactly what he will do that will be contrary, completely opposite, because it must be a 360-degree turnaround from what the incumbent is doing. If you continue in what the incumbent is doing, I'm sorry for the people of that state, of Edo State. It must be a 360 turnaround, and you must state it clearly. Where will you get the money from to perform all this magic, all these developmental proposals that you are putting on the table? Where will the money come from? How are you going to do it? Aside from the allocation you'll be getting from the center, how will you pay down the debt of the state? I want to hear this from these people. If they actually, then you will know whether they have plans or not. If they come out with clear plans, yes, they will get support, because you will be held accountable on those proposals that you are putting on the table. If you come around and you say, okay, this is how I'm going to clear it, and this is how I'm going to get the money to do it, then we don't just criticize or not to support just for the sake of doing it for politics. Sensible people are not in that business. All we want is just a good Nigeria. What is happening in Edo State affects the whole of Nigeria. What is happening in Kaduna State affects the whole of Nigeria. What is happening in Akwa Ibom, in Ekiti State, in Osun, affects the whole of Nigeria. Because Nigeria is not in isolation. Nigeria is made up of states. And what is happening in all these states will reflect what is happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is not an isolation. It's not an isolating entity. It's made up of states, and it is only the development of these states that will catapult the entire country. So we must all be concerned as to what is happening in each and every state. It affects us all. Because as in Nigeria, you can decide to live anywhere. If Edo State is thriving, people in Lagos State can decide to say, okay, people in Kaduna, people in Ebonyi, they can say, okay, you know what? Edo State is the place now. I'm going there. I'm going to stay there. And that's how the competition will start. Because they will drive in more people. They will drive in more businesses. They will generate more revenue. Other states want the same. So they have no choice but to start developing their states too. So it affects us all. There's nothing like, oh, I'm not from this state. I'm not from that. At the end of the day, in the final analysis, what is happening in each and every state affects us all. That's why this tribalism, this nepotism thing is stupidity. You can't run away from it. You can stay in your enclave in Cross River State and think you are doing well, when what is happening in Akwa Ibom, in Edo State, in Delta State, when those states are not doing well, you think you are doing well? You are not. You are not, because at the end of the day, everything you make in that Cross River State, they will send it to the center. Majority of it will go to the center to salvage these states that are not doing well. So it is important for us to know this, that it is only when each and every state does well that Nigeria as a country will do well. So we are all in it together. It is not about state. It is not about it. And finally, I want to talk on this, the killings or the buying of the Nigerian army or military personnel. See, just some few weeks ago, when the Okwama crisis broke out. And it was the top, of the news all over the place. On this platform, I took time to outline exactly what has been happening over the years. It is not just now. It's just that in Nigeria, most Nigeria, we have this Stockholm syndrome. They have been buying Nigerian army. Go and look at the numbers. What is happening now is minute. The footprint is there on this platform. If you see the number of the Nigerian military that they have been buying, this is just that because of the Okwama crisis, people are now thinking that, oh, they are just killing. No. It has been happening, even at a greater 2-3 times more than what you are seeing now. So don't let anybody gaslight anybody that they are buying the Nigerian army now. They have been buying them. Nobody is going. It's just the fact that Nigeria just have this Stockholm syndrome. We forget so easily. In many cases, we don't even know what is happening. It is only when one thing happens that the whole national media takes it, everybody, then we will think in our mind that it is just happening. No, it is not just happening. Across board, they've been buying the Nigerian military officials. And they do nothing about it. So don't gaslight anybody with Okwama that you want to use them now as a scapegoat. How about those ones that they buy in Kaduna? How about those ones that they buy in Maiduguri? The numbers are there. I outline all those numbers. What did you do back then? Did heaven fall? Did you go there for reprisal? How about those ones that they literally went straight into the military barracks, Nigerian military barracks, and buy them in their hundreds? Cases of 200, cases of 60, cases of 45. They buy them right inside their own barracks. Was there any reprisal? If we don't know any, if you can't remember anything, how about the one that they went straight into the Nigerian Defense Academy, straight into there, and they buy one major? This one, it is the Nigerian army that went there. This one, they came to the Nigeria. Which one do you expect that the reprisal or the response should be more fierce? I'm more, more serious and more fierce. Is it not the one that somebody come into your house? The one that you went into their house, that is the one you want to gaslight every Nigerians for. Please do your work. Don't gaslight Nigerians here. There are Nigerians, millions of Nigerians, like-minded Nigerians like myself, that they know that this is just gaslighting. So don't gaslight us here. Do your work. Do your job. Don't look for sympathy. Yes, I know it is not appropriate to buy military officials or personnel, but this has been going on. If you have tackled it the way you are tackling Okwama now, you have tackled it 10 years, 8 years. I outlined year by year all the Nigerian. See, during the time of Buhari alone, more than 1,000 Nigerian military army captains, majors, lieutenant colonel that they buy during Buhari administration, over 1,000 of them. They buy them. And somebody will now be coming and saying that, oh, did you know how much money they used to train military officials? They use thousands and millions of naira to train them and just to buy them like that. How about those ones that they have buy before? How many of them did you give national award? Did you even hear of them? Playing politics, gaslighting Nigerians. The people of that state deserve to be beneficiaries of the resources of their state, of their community. They cannot be living in penury and oil bunkering going all over the place. And when you see these communities, you cannot say this is where these billions and trillions of dollars have emanated from over the decades. You can't, it doesn't add up. So please stop this gaslighting. Just do your work. Just do what you need to do and stop gaslighting. Stop using propaganda on this Okwama crisis. Because if you want to balance it, what you are doing in Okwama now, what is happening in that community right now, Nigeria should have seen 10 times of it happening over the past.
Round up, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute, round up. Thank you.
So I will leave it. Anyway, Mr. Elvis, I'm already done. I'll leave it. I'll leave it at that for now. I want to thank everyone. Thanks very much, Mr. Elvis. Thanks to all the panelists. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Jonathan, God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. I would like us to quickly, move on by calling on the next person to speak to us. Mr. Paul, sir, if you are there, please, I'd like you to talk to us. Good evening to you. Mr. Paul, are you available, or I'll move on now? We'll come back to you then. Mr. Oduwa, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us. Oh, Mr. Oduwa, you are not there as well. You guys know that we don't have much people on the panel, and two people that need to speak. None of you is unmuting yourself, so it's strange.
Mr. Elvis, anyway, unless you have any other thing, or maybe
hello, I'm here. It is just my wife just called me in. Sorry for the direction.
Mr. I was ready to take over from you.
Okay, no problem.
No. You go. I'm done already. I was just saying that I'm ready also to just.
Mr. Are you available to speak now?
Okay. Thank you. Good evening. Happy weekend, Nigeria Wash. People in panel and commenters, listeners, and viewers. All protocol duly observed. Whereas our brother said about Labour Party, although I picked some which I did not watch, or better with the topic, I have to say, this is why we are saying, the other day we are saying Peter Obi, even the person that interviewed the man, even said with his idea, we didn't want Peter Obi to form his own party. So Obedient is not a political party or Labour Party or PDP or this. Obedient are those who are yearning for a better Nigeria or a better country or a better place of blacks people. So it's a matter of the idea, or what they call ideology, that what will benefit everybody, not one person or group of people, then the rest suffering. And Peter Obi has brought his character, as we can see, and putting himself as example or exemplary for the people to learn from. So for me, because Labour Party, which I have known of Labour Party, despite if no Peter Obi, nobody really know about Labour Party. But Labour Party are people who always support any party which they feel they will benefit from. Because these are why you hear Labour Party people, or they call them Labour whatever. Today they can endorse a person of PDP when they feel that one will give them a key pocket. Tomorrow they can endorse APC. That was how they were doing things before Obi bring limelight to them. And the reason that we are seeing this fight here and there is who will benefit most. That is why they are fighting themselves. That interview said that the Labour Party have been divided into 3 forms. One for Abure, one for Apapa, and one for Ajero. But we always say that the Labour Party divided into 2, one for Abure and one for Apapa. Because Ajero is a Labour Congress leader. So not Labour Party. So it's of the Nigeria Labour Congress. And so that is for that. But we who want a better country, who don't believe on bribe me before I do something for you, who believe on reality practically and socially, mentally, health-wise, whatever beneficiary that is good for everybody, support Obi, where any party he wants to go. But for me, I will advise Obi, if I were to talk with him, to find some Nigerians who
who still have similar, not just exactly, or at least close to his idea, to form their own party. Because what people doesn't really know that is driving and causing confusion in this party is that they will say, what happened in this party will come and happen to you. The same people that leave that party will come to you. Yes, let them come. You as a tenant in the house of a person, that person is the one to give you instruction. So likely when any party has been formed before you come in, the people that form that party, it is the way they put their room you are going to use to enter the house. So if you form your own party, another people that is coming are tenant. So it is the kind of room you put in that house that they will use to the kind of door you put in that house they will use to enter the house. So they are not going to come and remove your door and put their door. It's not possible. It is the door the landlord put in that house people will be using to enter the house. So if you put it what they call step down, people will be using step down. If you put it step up, people will be using step up. So that is why we are saying Peter Obi and some people that still have good mindset in the country, whether it's from the south, it's from the east, from the west, from the north. At least we can. For me, I can pick like 2 or 3 now. Since Dati Ahmed is still there for the north, our brother that used to call here, I think Dr. Guru. Dr. Guru is there. That Shehu Shoni, Shehu Sani, whatever you call it, I know it's Shehu is in his name. Sani, that is still from the north. Then we can see like this our professor or human rights lawyer son. What do they call it? That have BS like our what is the Dele Farotimi or something like that. We can still have Dele Farotimi there that has a good visions and motive. Then Papa this our Papa of Lagos, that old man, is still there, has a good vision. That's why it's a PDP. With the vision, those one can leave PDP. And what is this our old man name anyway? That said the Eastern must be it is the time for the Easterner to be president. So that people can remember his name. Then we have that one. We have Peter Obi now. We can add Alex Oti to it in the east. Then maybe you can still add me from the south. Can add me so that and add Nigeria Watch, even Jonathan can be included. So with those ones from the south, we can all join and form a good role for a party. So any other criminal that want to come and join us, yeah, welcome, no problem, because those criminals are not the one to make the rule and the law of the party. So that's with that we can hold the country 2027 one hand without no argument, because that is what I see of it. Because all people that are supporting Obi and did not really belong to one party, even we did not even believe on visions of party. It's just like because Nigeria constitution said it must come from a party. That is why. That is for that. So I welcome that our brother that have white beards on the show, on the plasma here. So I welcome his ideas, and by 2027, with the obedience we have the presidency. It's not a doubt. Then for the electric tariff, with me, at times I do say such things supposed to be happening to Nigerians, because when they decide to choose darkness, so people will make the day to dark more for them. When we are yearning for a good governance, then we are yearning for the one that will give them a gob of rice, abado, beans, and they forgot that they will look for light to cook their whatever, or gas to cook, or kerosene to cook. Now they are not crying woefully that everything has increased, tariff have increased. A tariff increase, it is for Nigeria to grow up in wisdom and knowledge. to develop in technology. That is what he's telling them. Search YouTube, ask those who have known, apply wisdom, and create your light. I'll be telling people, magnets generate light. Magnet, the one at the back of radio, back of a speaker, it generates light. It's just for you to search YouTube and add to it. There are some chemical you will buy, you put it in salt, you put salt in water, it will give you light. So salt you use to cook, they will produce light for you. So it is left for the Nigerians to wake up and grow up in technology. This is how China do their own. Today we are seeing it. It is their government that give them money. It is not their government that give them. It is because those people came together, waking up from their sleep. When suffer too much, up for everything become food in your present. That is why you see people who throw away cloth. They bath with mud water, they drink more water, because when this hungry, when the suffer is too much, everything becomes food before you. So when you feel that this pain is too much, okay, if Nigeria can donate money, if Nigeria can be buying generator, which they call a better pass my neighbor, every house has their better pass. Why can't they put those money together and have a better solar control in their streets? Because the money you use to buy a generator, the money you are using to put fuel, when they put all those money together, they make a good stand of solar energy in their place. Then we have light. But no, they will not want to come to senses. So when they could no longer afford fuel, they will start crying. When they could no longer, they will say, hey, no, Nigeria government is increasing the tariff so that you will grow, that Nigerians will grow up in, wake up from their sleep. So the Nigeria government is telling them to have unity, to do things in common together. That is what they are just telling them. But because of they are still sleeping, they will not want to wake up. They will start be shouting. Tomorrow they will pay the tariff. And the man of my brother said, if they want to sell black market, the black market are there already. That is why you see solar panel. It's black market. It's not the federal government that is buying for you, or state government or local government. There is none of the one giving it to you. It's not the senator or the House of Representatives. It is you will go to market by yourself. And that is why you even have the generator also. Those are black market. So it less for you how you will call your brother together and have a better one. So thank you. Then for the ones said that they were talking about military and this, that. Well, thank you, my brother Jonathan, for you letting them to know that the military, they have been deleting out of the country. The thing is, the Satanat are the ones sleeping. I do see it, and I am not apologetic about it. I could remember during the time of Babangida, when 2 helicopters or 2 planes crashed during the time of Babangida. One of it, I think they were about 30-something that time. The Satan people inside were about 14 to 19. Because when you hear the name, you will know that this person is from either is from the Benin family, either Edo or Delta, or between that circle. The people that Babangida deleted that time, 14 to 19 of them were our people. Not the one talk of the one he delete from the Igbos or from the Yorubas, but this one were just these 2 brothers circle. Now they have been deleting our people. Even this Buhari time, Buhari, we are deleting our people in the north in the name of go and fight Boko Haram. I wonder if a soldier said some people say that is war zone. How will you be fighting war inside your estate in your country? It's not possible now. What cannot be taking place inside a state, just one state or 2 states in a country full of different armed forces, which you have Navy, you have Air Force, you have police, you have whatever, you can name them, that can go to external aggression to make peace in another country. Then just 1 or 2 states, you tell me that they are fighting war. No! Tell me that the Fulani, the Fulani people, is deleting the South people who they call Nigeria military. They are deleting them out of it. Whether we are certain that the Muslim that you will hear is either from the Yoruba or from the Middle Belt. Then the rest were our people, the Niger Delta, the Eastern, then the Western, and some Middle Belt. Those were the people they were deleting. And we are clapping them, we are saying we are one Nigeria. The ignorance of a man to realize his mistake will make him to lose what is valued most. This is what still happened in the crew, what do they call it in our Ugele here now? Just because the certain people are sleeping, they don't have unity. Everybody has now after money. There is love of brother is no longer there. The love of father or brother, friends are no longer there. We are now giving ourselves to a foreigner to make us a subject in our own country, in our own father's land. Then the next thing we say, one Nigeria. The white man came to force you to amalgamate you with people that were not yours and give them control over you. Then you just forget that, yeah, because you cannot talk that man language, then you are in heaven. It's talking a British language, you're studying a British language, giving you a paper and say you are not this or that. Does not make sense in you. As wisdom is direct from God. That is why I don't kowtow to any boho. I'm to be sincere. When people that the northerners are not educated, I laugh because I will not kowtow to that boho. Why? The person you say is not educated is the one who will tell you what to eat, what to drink in your own food. In your own house, is the one to tell you if you will sit down, you will not sit down. Upon the English language or whatever you will claim, he will still be the one to decide your salary. Then who is not educated? So, or you say they are not late, they are not hardworking, but if they said they will not bring food, you will start crying that there is no food in the country. That if we cut off this, if we cut off that. Cut your own off if it really belongs to you. You say you have oil, you have petrol. Who has petrol? You don't have anything. Because the same man is still the one controlling. The same man is the one divide your house and say one is not for black, one is not for white. You are not from this, the other one is not from the other state. It is the same man who is dividing your parents, dividing your children, giving them different name of state. So that is why Nigerians, it is time for you to grow up in technology, which the world is growing up with. Generate your light. Come together in unity, buy solar panel, put in your street. Let solar panel be the what you people are using as your house light, not even a street light. So if you want to have light, if you don't want to complain about tariff. But the only one thing I understand about the NEPAs is that the bank has, as the owner of this NEPA that you are talking about, which they call private, the bank people are the owner who holds it. And they are just using it to store money from Nigerians. Because if not the banks that host this NEPA, what I observe is if you go to bank, you want to do anything, they will tell you to go and bring NEPA B. If you did not have any business in that light that they are not giving to people, why must you be asking NEPA B before anybody can operate in your account? So automatically the bankers are extorting money from Nigeria through that place. So that is what I observe in it, and I will say, Nigeria, grow up your technology. Then for the military, if we have external aggression, you will still see that there are Nigerian military that will fight it. But because it is eternal, that is why you see that the Fulani oligarchy are wiping the Nigerians, the real Nigerians, and especially the Satana people. And the Satan people are clapping along with them. I told you day before yesterday, if the Igbos were saying they are fighting for Nadikanu, all the military, all the forces, all the police, they will have go back to the east and defend their land. So, but because all of them are the one punishing Nadikanu, that is why they still remain with the oligarchy. That is so. And the same thing with our own people of Ugeli or Edo or Delta, whatever. It is the same our people that still polishing our own. Because if not, whenever things like this happen, they're supposed to return back or to come and defend their fatherland. So that is all I have to say about all these things. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Oduwa, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your submission. I thought you were not ready to even go this length before. But that was a wonderful submission. Thank you, sir. All right. Yes. I would like us to move on now. Mr. Okay, I think Mr. Paul, you just left. Okay. Maybe your network, I don't know. But meanwhile, we're going to have our final submission on this particular one now. So let me come back to Mr. Ike again. Mr. Ike, please, I'd like you to talk to us today, Saturday. So if we close early, that will be even better for me. Mr. Ike, are you there? Okay, Mr. Ike is not there. Okay, Mr. Ike, you unmuted yourself. Are you there? You are not talking, sir. You unmuted yourself. You are not talking. Okay, Mr. Ike, you unmuted yourself. You are not talking, so I have to mute you. Let me come to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate
Hello?
you. Yeah, okay, we can hear you now. You were not talking before. Mr.
Hello?
Ike, are you there?
Okay. I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wow, this network. Okay. I just want to a little bit go on this Ganduje trial. See, in Nigeria, I found out that when you become a whistleblower, you are persecuted. The person that actually did this recording, if you remember, was summoned by the Kano State House of Assembly and was asked to apologize to him that he invaded his privacy. That was the offense. That he invaded his privacy, and because of that, he was asked to apologize to the governor. And now you remember also the case of what's his name, the whistleblower about the immigration, the things that were happening at the borders and so on. You know that guy has been declared wanted by the police. So you wonder if we are going to make a move by this way we are doing these things. We can't. We can't make any moves. I'm worried about persecution or fighting corruption the way people are talking about it. I'm really worried, and I really can't, say today that the thing will find that there will be light at the end of that tunnel. It's just to keep creating the awareness, calling up if social media will unite together to say we want to see justice done. Because this one, the police don't need any hard work to do. Yeah. So they don't need any hard work to do because the video is there. The video is clear. It wasn't doctored. I was surprised when the president was saying that, that he's surprised the technology they used in doing that kind of thing. And that how come the governor couldn't even find somebody to help him collect that money and he was going to collect it himself? Does it mean he couldn't trust anybody to collect that money for him? He was collecting it himself. That's exactly what our president said. So when you see all of these things, do you think there will be justice at the end of it? I doubt it. So we have to keep drumming it, because what happens is when we take out all of these things from discussion, it will go away. But if we keep putting it on the front burner every time, you find out that sometimes they could do the right thing. So I'm still hopeful that with all the evidence, with all the people that have lined up to say they want to testify, let's see whether we'll find justice. Thank you.
Okay, let's see if we'll find justice. All right, thank you very much, Mr. I. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Okay, we are going to let me come to Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, please give us your final submission. Thank you, sir. I wanted to present something that you guys need to present your final submission on, but still about Edo State. I don't know what you think, Mr. Jonathan. Should I go ahead and present this?
Is it about Edo? Yeah, please do. Please go ahead. Please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, my people. I'm going to quickly switch topic right now to Edo State. as you all know, that the Edo State governorship election is around the corner, so everybody is warming up. There were a lot. In fact, we finished this morning around 4 a.m., so some of us slept off and all that, talking about the things that's affecting us. But Edo State governorship election is around the corner. There's a lot of argument already going on. Some people saying that the person they want is Aswa Igodaro, some saying that Weolo, while some is saying that is Olumide Akpata. Yes, everybody have right to choose whoever they want to choose, to be his governor, if to be the next governor of Edo State. But meanwhile, let me quickly change this one from screen. Okay, let's take it from here. So yes, these are the three main candidates, although there are lots of other candidates right there, but these are the three main candidates that is, leading right now from APC, PDP, and Labour Party. The first one that you're seeing there is from Labour Party. His name is called Olumide Osagbovo Akpata, barrister. I need to add it to their name. Why the middle one is Dr. Aswen Igodaro from PDP. Why the last one is Senator Monday Okpeolo from the APC. So these are the three main candidates, although there are other ones, because some people believe that, miracle can happen. Other candidate might emerge as the governor, like Peter Obi came into Labour Party, and Labour Party shakes the whole Nigeria. So, but for me, I'm not sure. Like Mandarita stated yesterday that it's not possible for that to happen now in Edo State. So let's just focus on these three. I understand some of you might not be happy. How come I'm not showcasing the other ones? But I'm just focusing on these three. We cannot do everything here. I want you guys to understand that. But I would like us to quickly listen to this video, then we'll come back to this. I'm going to repost a link again for those of you that want to contribute to Edo State election. You can come in. Let's listen to this. Guys, please help us to press on the like button. God bless everyone.
It is hard to be clear about who you are when you're carrying around a bunch of other people's baggage from the past. Obaseki's baggage for Aswen. The Edo State governorship election bill to hold in September 2024 will certainly be a tough one, as two foreign-based senior lawyers, Olumide Akpata and Aswen Igodalo, slugs it out with a home-based serving senator, Senator Monday Okpewolo, aka Akpakomiza. But sometimes, what did that name mean? Well, that one will come later. Will APC be able to fully reconcile its house to pull an upset to return to Sadebe House in Edo State? Only time or so we tell. Meanwhile, since winning the primaries, Olumide Akpata seems to have reduced the Oludi Okpokpokpo tempo of the Labour Party. As people are wondering, where is Olumide? Holiday is over, now it's time for campaign. For the PDP candidate, Aswen Igodaro, though some party faithfuls, including the current deputy governor, Philip Shabu, and the former party chairman, Barrister Aswem Ojizwa, alleged that he was imposed on the party as a candidate by Governor Obaseki, even though he's begging them and the electorate not to visit the sins of Obaseki on him. So how well he's able to maneuver through the many baggages of Obaseki, time will reveal all of this to us. Anyway, we know, say, almost all our outgoing governors, they impose successor, and thereafter the fight go begin. The latest being Wike and Fubara in Rivers State, except for Lagos, where the person when they impose is now in Abuja. Well, you understand the gist. Aside from the many baggages of Baseki, unfortunately for the PDP also, the party leader Atiku now resides in Dubai and only comes to Nigeria once in 4 years to contest. Even as some of the 2023 general election sign-on like Daniel Bwala are returning home to APC. So the work for them is very heavy. So Aswe need to reach out wide. But can Aswe really do without inheriting the sins, MOU and enemies of Obaseki in this election? Time also will tell. This is the only governorship election where the ruling party candidate, ably supported by the governor, is trying so hard to distance himself from the said governor. You know the reason, because of the many failed promises, unfulfilled expectations, and unrealized MOU of Obaseki. Because as bad as Buhari administration was, The APC presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, during campaign, still was bold enough to tell Nigerians that he will continue Buhari's shege policy. So why is a PDP running away from Obaseki's legacy if Obaseki and the people, according to them, believe that they perform? So ride on those policies. Or maybe Aswan is running away from the legacy of Obaseki's refusal to swear in 14 APC members of the Edo State House of Assembly from 2019 to 2023 in clear violation of Section 91 of the Constitution, which, you know, till date will be an albatross in the lifespan of that administration. Or is it the latest one of Obaseki's refusal to swear in 8 judges already screened and confirmed by the NJC, National Judicial Commission, as he continues in his abuse of Section 271 sub 2 and Section 291 and 2 of the same Constitution? But really, I want to ask, why will a state that has produced former NBA chairmen like Austin Alege, SAN, Barrister Olumide Akpata, current governorship candidate of the Labour Party, and a renowned lawyer like the PDP governorship candidate Aswan Godaro, and a renowned lawyer like me, Liberal Soshuma, have the misfortune of having a governor who observed the Constitution in breach, and yet nobody they talk? If Aswan cannot beg Obaseki to do the right thing and swear in newly appointed judges in compliance with the Constitution, how then does he expect people not to visit Obaseki's sins on him? If he cannot at least ensure that his friend Obaseki complies with the Constitution by swearing in judges, newly appointed judges, is it in Esan land or Ewohimi that have not had light for the past 10 months, despite Obaseki's MOU with Cement for Power and the Energy Development, that will not visit the sin of Obaseki on him? I've been at the Benin Palace when Obaseki they drag artifact to it. Or na Wike, the governor of Abuja, if you know what I mean, and his supporter Danobi, when give Obaseki umbrella and he collected it from them, that will not visit the scene of Obaseki on Aswan. I'm also sure that Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu, that Obaseki has relocated from government house and stripped of all his aid and held bent on impeaching for refusing to kototo his poho for not contesting for governorship election. He's also waiting to throw his own bowl of revenge. But I must caution, Aswan also need to tell Obaseki, no matter the sins of Philip Shaibu, who fought his own brother to ensure that their second term is actualized, become a reality, an impeachment against him actually is a demarketing of Aswan's candidature. So if the State House of Assembly goes ahead with the impeachment, can Philip be subsequently begged not to visit the sins of Obaseki on Aswan? You don't need to be a politician to know the answer to that. Why the politicians, the legislators, and the members of the judiciary are all nursing their grudges against Obaseki over some of the issues listed above. Also, the everyday people, university workers and students alike, colleges of education, civil servants, market traders, are also complaining about lack of infrastructure. I've been at the Bubu Yaya or dummy that were sold by the party in the 2020 election. If I mention the Fade Gele, before you add another Gele or Gele deep sea port, someone will point you to the MOU to develop palm produce that never saw the light of the day. Even the civil servants need to be placated not to visit the scenes of the consultants Obaseki brought to take their job on Aswan. I've been at the Abrus Ali University or College of Education or College of Agriculture staff. We go beg. Anyway, make I off the mic because the list is endless. So my brother Aswan, NYBC, now your begging continues. I will therefore advocate the PDP governorship candidate need to beg Obaseki to do the right thing first before begging the people not to visit Obaseki's sin on him. As a senior member of the legal profession, he needs to plead with his friend Obaseki to swear in the newly appointed judges of the Edo State High Court, an arm of government that is supposed to be insulated from the vagaries of political power play, which has ended up being the pawn in the hands of most governors. As well, we need to reach deeper into the members of the legacy group of the PDP and other aggrieved members of the party for a thorough and honest, transparent reconciliation process. And in doing that, you should remember that some people who believe that Obaseki ate alone are also waiting to collect his money and sabotage his effort, make his shining eye as payback to Obaseki. So he needs to shine his eye and not just the sharing money anyhow. He should also remember that he's up against a grassroots fellow Ishan who will stop at nothing but to assume as much as Obaseki is saying he can assume and throw it to the public. So he will need all the wisdom he can get to manage the crisis. Lastly, no matter the temptation, he should not allow Obaseki to lead his campaign, as doing so will mark the beginning of his failure. Just the same way Shomole, what he said before, and then understand. Well, since it's unsolicited advice, let me pause and take your comment on all our social media platforms showing on your screen. And feel free to share. A word said in half goes into the wise and becomes a whole. Edo no dey carry last, no mean say Edo dey the race. Edo fit no even dey the race. So see you next.
Thank you very much, Liberals. That was a wonderful insight concerning what is surrounding our state right there in Edo State. Yes, I would like to say this before I come to Mr. Jonathan. I want to quickly say, I understand me myself. I'm not a support of Governor Obaseki's performance. If you ask me, Obaseki did not pass at all. Yes. For me, this is my opinion. I've said this so many times. In fact, I called him out throughout the 4 years in office. And I called him out continuously on this platform. But should we allow that to affect Aswe Igodaro? That's what I'm saying. Because that's what Liberals was also trying to say just now. That Aswe Igodaro will even make a bigger mistake if he allow Obaseki to lead his campaign. Yeah, it would be a big mistake. Because a lot of people don't like Obaseki. A lot of people don't like, they are not happy with how Obaseki governed the state, throughout the 8 years, almost 8 years. But now we have a new person. What is Aswen seeing right now? Anybody that want to contribute to this, these are the area that I want you to focus on. Tell us what is Aswen seeing. Because if you check what is actually affecting Aswen right now, everybody here, they carry Obaseki scene till they wear a magbada. I would have loved we focus more on him. Focus more on Model Beolo, focus more on Olumude Akpata. Then we could know. Because the more we, say I talked this thing one time, I can remember how I talked at the beginning of all this whole thing that the more you guys are pouring hatred on this man, you might end up paving way for him, to become the next governor of Edo State. Yes, it happens in Obaseki's time. When I'm saying these things, sometimes you guys don't listen. Okay, just imagine now. See, I swear named up the polar for social media. Although in a negative way, right? Many of you that they talk. See now, if you check now, Luberos can't talk just now, he was talking more on Aswen than Modokbeolo or Olumide. He only mentioned Olumide's name twice. He mentioned Modokbeolo name once or so. Then the remaining one, Aswe, they ended up by saying, if Obaseki lead your campaign and all that. So don't you guys think this thing that at the moment in your heart you called hatred might end up turning out to be Aswe Igodaro's favor? Yes, it happens. Now make all of us get Obaseki for as governor. So yeah, because Shomole came out by saying insulting Obaseki, using Pastor Sage Zeyamu to insult Obaseki, give him every part of name, any kind of names and all that. But at the end of the day, all Edo light all over the world stood up, said, no, this can't happen. Whether Obaseki bad or not bad, he must become the next governor of Edo State. And he won it, landslide. They denied him ticket in APC, that he's not going to get the ticket. They gave it to Pastor Sage Zeyamu. Then he decamped to PDP. And PDP gave him the ticket. That was the time Wike favored him. He won it. Please, guys, what you guys are doing now, I might not be right. Oh, the hatred, the transfer of hatred from Obaseki to Aswe. Make no come be like say una can't go use and take bless am. I talk this thing from the beginning of all this thing, campaign, whether a campaign or whatever. Before this whole thing started, I tell una, say, make una calm down because you guys are promoting this person. There was a time somebody actually destroyed my name on social media one time, then I addressed it here. Do you know that the day I addressed it, I got more than 1,200 subscribers in one broadcast. 1,200 something subscribers. And out of that 1,200 something subscriber, I bet you over 1,150 something or 1,100 something stayed, if not all. That is it. Some people will want to come or more go look at this person where the people here they spoil so. But when they get there, they are not living anymore because they don't get to see the other side of you. Say, oh wow, I not be the way that they describe this guy, not be say he be. So this is what you get. So at the moment now, Obaseki reputation is totally out of line. If you ask me personally, Obaseki failed, but not woefully though. As Oga Chris talked yesterday, not woefully. He failed. And it's painful. Very, very painful to see Obaseki failed. Yes, now, because if you ask people where they support her, they'll say Obaseki built secretariat. Some people say not even build the secretariat, that he renovated it. Me, myself, I showcase so many dilapidated roads that Obaseki do, where is already dilapidated at this particular moment. So for me, my people, I don't know. I'm not telling anybody how you want to choose anybody. You know, amongst all these people that is here right now, one of them will become our governor of Edo State. Then for Olumide, no, Olumide is nowhere to be found right now. We not see Olumide. We don't know where he is. Olumide is not communicating with anybody. And you can't win, become a governor of a state like this. Yes, you can't become a governor of a state like this when you are not reaching out to, I don't understand, you know. Some say Olumide dey London right now, they enjoy safe. You know, so whether that's you want to become governor, I'm not sure. So the only person that looks active right now is the same as when that all of us are saying no just because of Obaseki. You know, Mondo Paolo, people just they talk about that one, they go. That one doesn't have speech on his own, doesn't have this, doesn't have that. But meanwhile, I'm like I said, I'm not going to support anybody amongst the three. You know, if I wanted to support somebody, I know who I'd have supported, but I will not support anybody because of Peter Obi, to be honest. So let everybody fight for themselves to become whoever they want to be amongst these three. Whoever emerge as the next governor of Edo State amongst the three, I will start supporting them and pray for them to succeed. That's it. It's just like Tinubu. You know, I take ring himself, enter office right now. Somebody will come and say, man, they pray for and make it fail. I will not be part of that. Why I go pray for and make it fail? In fact, the failure waiting, they fail, they go. So it's already affecting everybody. Can't you see the rampart of kidnapping? It has drastically increased in the state, in the country. You know, see now how many army they buy today now. Why I report? Because his government is failing. So for me, when the country is failing, it affects everybody. But the only people we know they affect are the same people where they make them fail. No matter how Nigeria go fail, reach, you not go affect them. Yes, now you want to reach there. You don't go affect them. That be the problem. You know? So some of us that were praying, may Obaseki fail, make it fail. Now it don't fail for our eye, But at the end of the day, it don't affect him. Yeah, don't be surprised where Obaseki now go be the running mate for 2027 for presidency. I'm telling you, this is how this country works, man. Don't argue with me. Now, so they work. People will not qualify to rule you. Now they rule us for Nigeria. So not thinking like that. Say because say we don't pour hatred this and all that. Ibori, rather than Ibori that they call her Ibori, you know, all the way don't go prison come out again. Now see the way they take welcome out for Delta State. I'll be reversed Delta State. And so yeah, this is what we see in a country that doesn't work, that is not working. So my people, I thought I should present that. Then let's take it from there. Thank you very much, my people, for your time with us. Please press on the like button, help us to share. I appreciate everyone. We're going to talk about on this now. For those of you that want to contribute to Edo Politics, I would like most especially for those of you that have one of these three. as your candidate. Come in and let's talk about that. Let me start with Mr. Jonathan Kingsley. Mr. Jonathan, please talk to us. What is your take on this? I know say you know like us when, you know, may not constantly say you used to join the people where they promote the bar, they go. Go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. You see, thanks for that presentation. Actually, I'm not supporting anyone as of this time. I'm only leaning towards one of them right now. And the person I'm leaning towards is because he's the only person that I can't put out anything bad about him apart from everything we already know about Nigerian politics and Nigerian politicians. Nothing else. Nothing else. But the other candidate, Akpata and Ighodalo. So you said something now. I mean, one of the last sentence that you mentioned. You said people that are ruling us are those that are not qualified. That's profound. That's correct. But Edo State now has a fantastic opportunity to elect someone who is qualified. Akpata is qualified. Ighodalo is qualified. In fact, the least of them I would say is this APC man that I would say probably is the least qualified amongst them. But the issue is this. Will these two candidates deviate from the norm or they will stay with the status quo? If that is the case, then they are as irrelevant and useless as the third candidates. See, the people that are supporting Ighodalo, they have rights to do so. But they are doing it in error. And I will point out their error in clear terms, in a very simple, clear terms. They are supporting Ighodalo in error. Yes, you can support him, which is your right to do so. There's no problem with that. But read my lips. You can never be coherent in your support for Ighodalo without completely disowning Obaseki. I will say that again. You can never be coherent in supporting Ighodalo without disowning Obaseki. Otherwise, you will not only sound or appear, incoherent, you will be inconsistent. You will be unbalanced and hypocritical in your support. You will be, because there is no way you will come out and take on a debate, a conversation, with people that knows the facts and the numbers. And you are telling me that you are on the side of Obaseki and at the same time, you want to support Ighodalo. Ab initio, you fail. You fail. Because there is nothing you will say that will be coherent. You will not be, when we talk of journalism, we talk of balanced journalism. You will not be balanced. You will be flip-flopping all over the place. That will be the albatross. That is the issue. There. Ighodalo is qualified. Then Ighodalo must come out in a way and in a manner by distancing himself from Obaseki. And he has to do that in a political way, a political style. I have people to advise him on how to go about it. That his policies that he's proposing must not be on the same trajectory that Edo State has, had witnessed over the last 8 years. It must be different. Then someone like myself, and I know there are people like that in Edo State that will vote. They will now begin to see you based on your qualification. Right now, your qualification is in the back burner. I'm not seeing it. That is the problem. I'm not seeing your qualification right now that we put out there or that are already out there. I'm not seeing that in the scheme of things in Nigeria. I'm seeing Obaseki. You are standing, Obaseki is standing in front of you. So instead of me to see you, I have to be jumping over Obaseki, stressing myself to try in order to see you. I'm jumping over Obaseki to say, oh, Ighodalo is there. Please, Mr. Obaseki, can you give me space? You know, when you are in a football stadium or you are in a cinema and somebody is sitting in front of you and is taller than you, you can't see the screen. That's what is happening. Until you push the person away or the person lowered himself, then I can now see. That's the problem. And that is the simplest way I can put it out. Because everything, Mr. Liboros Oshoma, he just said it all. And I couldn't, there's no way I would say it better. Is in line with every of my point, every of my position. Mr. Ighodalo, as he said, now your begging continues. The sins of Obaseki, you own it. You own it all. You must come out clearly and say, with respect to the Constitution, these are the things that I'm going to do. I'm going to work with constitutionally elected local government chairmen. I'm going to allow the rule of law to play. Judges that have already been approved and assigned, I will sworn them in as my constitution, as a constitutional duty, which is a sacrosanct, one of the sacrosanct duty of an executive governor. Because without those judges, how will the state function? So you know that you hold the key, you still have to sworn them in order for them to take office. And you are deliberately, openly circumventing the Constitution so that you can rule in an autocratic manner. That's not allowed. So Ighodalo must state all these things clearly. Ighodalo must go further and state clearly that this is how the state will generate a revenue going forward. And this is what we are going to use the revenue for. I'm not going to borrow. I'm not going to put the state in further debt because currently the state is owing close to 570 billion naira. And I'm going to put a stop to that. He must do this. Without all this, yes, there's no way. He's not going anywhere. The people that are saying Obaseki fail, yes, fail is fail. Fail is fail. Characterizing failure, as to whether the failure is woeful or whether it is, calamitous. You say calamitous failure, colossal failure. Fail is fail. It is just a matter of choice. How we characterize it. I can put any adjective behind the fail. Woeful failure, calamitous failure, colossal failure. But at the end of the day, fail is fail. Obaseki failed. And that's what matters. So that's where the state is right now. That's the characterization. So for Mr. Ighodalo, see, I know you have your consultant, and I know a genuine consultant that will not give you this, that will not tell you this up front. Then you are in a serious battle. At the end of the day, you will lose mass. That's my take. That's my own take. Unless people that are voting are not enlightening enough. If the people that are voting are enlightening enough, then.
But Mr. Jonathan,
yeah.
Who are you supporting? Because
as I said,
that the Okpewolo guy, right?
Yeah. Because at this point in time,
so you are supporting APC. So
yes,
don't you
yes,
think hold on, sir. Hold on. Don't you think the same thing that is affecting Aswa Ighodalo now because it's coming under Obaseki other people can as well say that APC is the problem that we have right now in Nigeria. Why would anybody want to support APC?
But as you speak right now, the buck stops on the decks of the incumbent. Whoever that is on the line or at the back of that is the issue there. So you want to take your eyes off the incumbent
But
now.
Tinubu brag that is going to get Edo State for APC back again. Yeah, and don't also forget that Oshomola is working at Asketa to make sure that Kwewolo become the next governor of Edo State. So if we are talking about godfatherism, it's already happening with them as well.
Mr. Ivy, see, that is the reason, because the
unfortunate part of all this is that Olumude is nowhere to be found. Where is Olumude? Oh God. Go ahead,
see, for the same, you see, for Mr. Olumide Akpata, his own is the same problem, but it's not the case of somebody that is obstructing him, his vision to see him. People can see him. We can see Olumide, unlike Igodalo that we can't see. Everything we're seeing is Obaseki. Olumide Akpata, we can see him. I can see him, but he needs to come out. You know, supporting people. Gone are the days when in Nigeria we just want to support for the sake of supporting. The reason why people supported Peter Obi was that he came out with a vision in a clear, simple manner that Nigerians could just easily understand, and they followed him. And Akpata must do the same. That will be 360-degree different from what we're seeing right now in Edo State. He must come out and start doing that right now.
Mr. Jonathan, please, let me get back to you. We have someone on the phone. Mother Love God is my strength calling back again. Talk to us, man.
Before I reach 10 o'clock, that's why I'm calling quickly, please. Okay. Because my Edo people, my uncle say you can't talk about Robo. Or so all of us without our brother Edo people. You see, what I want to say, Mr. Jonathan, please, my brother, you know I love you so much. I want you to be very careful what you are trying to do. Don't vote for, are you going to go and vote for APC? APC that did, I know, even if you want to say, okay, you don't want to vote for Labour man because of what Abure did. Then go to other blocks APC. You know, and once it's no is making mouth that he will return APC to Edo. We need to let them see that shame that no, they cannot just bring anybody and come and impose it on us. Let me tell you one thing I'm angry about now. You see, Mr. Akpata, this is a Labour man. I will say one thing. We should not blame him. You know that because of what happened with Abure, everything died down. The way this man came out when he was when he won that Labour ticket, he came out with a kind of zeal. You know, everybody we are saying, oh, Akpata is going to be the next governor. But you see what Abure did really I think he brought a lot of things down on him. You can see that he's not even talking before I go to S to listen to him. But now he's not talking. Please, let's not write this man off. And I want to say something. If my dear brothers and sisters, if you people do mistake to go and vote for the PDP man, you are the same thing that we are seeing in Edo State. That is what we are still going to be seeing. Because what Mr. Obaseki is doing it so that this man can cover all the sin he has committed. So we need to let somebody else go there. And that person will be Mr. Akpata, no other person again. So that we can see all what damages that Mr. Obaseki has done in Edo State. We cannot do this. Please, I know everybody is talking about Isha and this, and let us leave that. We need somebody to expose Obaseki, all what he has done. APC cannot go there.
Okay.
APC, no. It's a let Labour take it. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right. Mr. Joseph Oji, you said the campaign have not started yet. Yes, I agree with you, but still, Dr. Aso Igodaro is already, granted series of interviews everywhere. You can, it's not a campaign, but this is the time you have to start winning the heart of the people. That's my take. But Mr. Jonathan,
Yeah,
Please,
Mr.
go ahead.
Elvis, Mr. Elvis, when people like what APC is doing right now, that is the governing party right now, what they are doing, very cheap one. They always say, you are just criticizing. You are not offering any suggestion. Come and work with the government and all those, cock and bull stories that they always say. We're seeing it now in Edo State, this upcoming Edo State. See, suggestions are flowing everywhere. They are all over the place. And I believe whoever that is smart, as they always say, a word is enough for the wise. For Mr. Akpata, my sister, see, we can't just support for the sake of supporting. No, for me, that is out of it. If I know what Akpata want to do on all these areas, he will come out in clear terms and say it. If you are carrying Labour Party card or you are the flag bearer of Labour, that doesn't mean that I will just follow you, blindly. No, that's not going to happen. We can't continue to make that mistakes in Nigeria. We need to elect based on capacity and character and standard. That's what it is. And what I said is that I'm leaning towards this man, for the APC man, for the fact that he's the only one amongst the three that I don't know his trajectory. Ighodalo rather, as well, I know his trajectory, unless he comes out and say otherwise. Unless Ighodalo comes out now and say otherwise. This is not no, I'm not following all these things. This is what I'm going to do. Akpata on his own part must come out and say, these are the things I'm going to do. I'm going to revolutionize Edo State. They must do it. Their own job as well, and Akpata, their job are well cut out for them. But this guy, this APC guy, as it stands right now, right, is the only one that we can, naturally. It doesn't mean that at the end of the day, if I'm going to vote in Edo State, or people, rational-minded people in Edo State, doesn't mean that they will vote for him at the end of the day. Even a day or two before the election, you can switch based on what you know this candidate has the capacity to do and your trust for this candidate. So that could be changed. But I'm just saying that as it stands right now, I cannot, in my right mind, as an obedient, someone who wants a good Nigeria, what we have been clamoring for, in my good mind, and say, okay, I'm supporting Akpata, and I'm supporting Ighodalo. That will be contradictory and hypocritical of everything that we've been talking about for the last a year plus or two now. It will be completely out of line with it. So it is, forget about somebody will just show up, go and do whatever it takes, get the ticket for Labour Party, and then thinks that is just going to get it just like that on a platter. They will just give him the office. No, it's not going to be that. You got to come out. Labour Party has not evolved or developed to that level. That was what we thought in 2023, that Labour Party has evolved to a point where whoever comes out, that's it. But it is now clear, our eyes have opened further, that Labour Party has not evolved to that level where any candidate they bring out goes. No. They have not evolved to that level. Each and every candidate must be well scrutinized so that we don't end up blaming ourselves the way we are doing right now with respect to all the candidates elected under the platform of the Labour Party in 2023. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to...
Mr. Jonathan, please, let me take this call, please, sir. Let me take this call. I have somebody calling in. Oh, I lost you there. Mr. Tony, I lost you there. Okay, let me quickly return your call. Mr. Chris, thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Good evening to you. Please come to the panel, sir, if you can.
Sir, for calling me back. Thank you, lost, man.
Mr. Tony, thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Okay, every time. So, Jonathan, I like you too much, but you did to the stress matter, you did cause you the whole time for nothing. Because APC, you have to take count their this in their primary. Number 1, 2, 8, 30, 400, 1,000, 10,000, 42,000. Now, so, Mr. Adamu Aliyu, this foreigner from Kanu or Kaduna, where they can change the name to Adams. Is that Adamu? Now he will control this guy. Number 300, 570.
That's what I think.
That was not him. It was the first one. It was
no, let him finish, Mr. Jonathan, please.
So also you just preach. They preach. Say I love you and see him very well. This one energy. We're gonna channel and towards the way out. Because I can sense that if we're gonna work, he said, I say I agree with Tony. Say not to the work. Out of 1,000 items, if not police they work now, we say okay, we could run to police. If not custom they work, we say okay, we could run to custom. If not the other one they work. You know that the worst when Oganajawa they dish out here, now they save many people from committing suicide. Me myself, I've lost more than 150,000 euro that I invested since 3 years ago till now. When they said that that Awusa Bawa, that woman, he said we could not bring anything to Nigeria again. You cannot bring anything
we are
to Nigeria.
We are talking about those things, sir. You don't switch to Nigeria.
I know, sir. I made it pay because we keep saying every day, but we're not seeing any improvement.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling you that your monologue every day, they give us hope that make we stay alive. But not everybody feel they take them. Many people they die here. For Germany here, near to my city, 2 people died of a heart attack. They died. Because nobody know. Because they will take something. Now you have a country who cannot refine their product, who cannot manufacture, who cannot go into the farm because of the disturbance for their own fellow citizens, and then you don't allow them to come in. And people are suffering.
Okay.
Organic was saying that people are now invading trailers, load of food just so. Well, so where are we going? Let us channel this energy. Let's channel this energy towards an alternative.
Thank you.
Which I'm not going to suggest, okay?
Thank you.
Product begin to cry for the
Thank
first
you.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Agatoni. Thank you. You want to switch now. Thank you, Mrs. Igini. Thanks, madam, for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone on the platform and everybody online. Good evening. Well done, Mr. Niger Watch, for everything that you are doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
And thank you for, just everything. I want to say something about Edo State. For me, APC, PDP, they have been doing it. I know you have something about this, maybe moving to one area or the other. For me, these people, already, if they have people that are putting them there, we've been talking about this godfatherism. How do we get ourselves out of this godfatherism if we don't do things differently? Why don't we start with this first, and then the next time we'll be talking about somewhere else? Labour Party is just coming up. It's not like the other two parties that they've been doing these things for a long time and nothing came out of it. Let's remove ourselves from godfatherism. Let's do things differently.
Exactly.
This man, Akpata, why don't we just give this man a chance? Let him come and tell us what he will do in Edo State differently. Let's put somebody that is not linked to anybody. We want the money that is meant for Edo people to be used for Edo people, not given to some godfathers that are hiding somewhere just because they put them there. Can we just do things differently? We need to be smart this time around. Let's not do it the way they've been doing it. Labour Party is just coming up. Let's try and put people in places that can help us in the long run. Look at this man doing so great in Abia State. Can we not have someone else that is not linked to anybody? That man in Abia is not linked to any godfather. That's why he has the guts to be doing what he's doing. Can we do something differently? Let's look at the bigger picture. I'm not from Edo State, but I'm from Delta State. But let's just start somewhere. That's what I want to say, Mr. Niger Watch.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Let's just be positive and just move things in a different way.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for
very
what
much,
you're
ma'am.
doing. Thank you so much. Yeah.
God bless you too.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so
Goodbye.
much. Yeah. I wish we all have unity. What she's saying. Off your TV now. I can't pick your calls. I'll be listening to your TV, your house now.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening to you. Where are you calling us from? Your name?
Mr. Festus now. For a long time, I've not been coming anyway. I was having some little problem.
I don't have your number on these phones, sir. I'm sorry. That's how we ask people that the
You
number
should
is
have
not.
known my number. I'm Mr. Festus. I've been with you right from the beginning of this program.
But
Mr.
when was the
Festus
last
will
time?
be-
When was the last time you've been active here, sir?
Yeah, I can say that was last year.
Maybe
Because
like
after that
70.
one, I felt sick.
Maybe
And
maybe like 72 years ago. So how you say I remember? You never come from.
not 72 years, because I was part of foundation of this or this.
But if you are part of the foundation of the media, you should be active. You know, so that I will not forget you. I will store your number now.
Yeah, but somebody is sick. If somebody is sick, you know.
Oh, so sorry. Oh, so sorry. So sorry about that. Sorry, sir.
My brother, I will where you know now. But we are really with that time where despite. Oh, yeah, you know.
No, I don't understand that, sir. I know we don't. I don't understand what you're talking about.
I
sir.
understand.
You know?
Yeah. So what I'm saying about is that at least I have been with you guys right from time. Even when I told you last time that I gave Labour Party, a place to be operating in was now in Bubaha. Till tomorrow, I still give them that big store that APC should be using as their secretariat.
Okay, you are an APC supporter.
I said APC, Labour Party.
Okay, Labour Party.
Labour Party. I mean, yeah. So what I want to say about is that even Mr. Akpata, Jeffrey, who is the Bubaha chairman, and Akpata, because I've tried to reach him. Jeffrey gave me his number. I've tried to reach him because all this issue, like what that woman was saying, we should try another hand. Labour Party, we know those ones that won before, they are not doing well. But let us try this Labour Party man. But I don't know him before. I've not been close to him. But APC and PDP, they have been running their states anyhow. So we should try a different hand to make sure that, yes, we are able to get somebody who is neutral, and let's see how it goes. Because Obaseki, we were the one that said almost to bar. At the end, we fucked up. Even he took part of our own land. He grabbed our own land, which we are still trying to remove from his house today. So the other man there, what they call them, Tinubu Party, me, I don't even want to hear about that party anymore at all. People don't want to hear it. So Akpata should come out and tell us what he is able to put on the table, so that we all know where to go. That's all.
Make una tell her, make it try work hard to convince people. Nobody's going to do it for him. Thank you.
I'll be trying to reach him. He's not picking calls.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Let me come back to the panel. In terms of Akpata, I understand a lot of people have reached out to me privately and all that. Nigeria, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. One thing I don't understand about our people is that you just think I'm here to be promoting one person, jump from one to another, is my job, right? It's not my job. Unfortunately, it's not my job. I supported, in fact, Peter Obi is the first person ever in the history of my platform that I dedicated the platform for. Even when we supported Obaseki, but the platform was not dedicated for Obaseki. APC were still using my platform to campaign, while PDP were using my platform. Then there were no Labour Party. It was a two-horse race then, just APC and PDP. We were having a series of debate on this platform. We bring people in for interview to counter themselves. One from APC, one from PDP, continuously. So I was not selfish to dedicate the platform just for Obaseki then. But although I supported Obaseki, yes, and I was saying it here, but the platform was opened. But for Peter Obi, the platform was locked, and the padlock we put on for Isa River. Una know. And I'm not going to do that one for anybody that is coming from a Labour Party. That's why I'm not getting up to go look for anybody. So please, you guys don't put me in the state of guilt. I'm directing it to those of you that is reaching out to me privately and all that. No, please, it's not what I'm doing here. I'm a human being like you. I come out every day here, every blessed day, because I'm still very, very hopeful for how Nigeria can be better. This is a state, you know. So I don't want to stress myself. I believe, I like what Mrs. Igini said earlier on, say that, you know, Mr. Olumide, Barrister Olumide Okpata should come out and talk to the people. That is it. It's his responsibility to engage people. It's not my responsibility to be dragging people here and there. I use my platform to advocate for all the reps and senates from Labour Party. Where are they today? So speak to us. Tell us what you want to do. Come here. Don't talk to me privately. Come here. Let people ask you questions. Yes. People will ask you, you know, critical question. What you want to do. But if you cannot engage people, what do you want me to do? You guys want me to become the mouthpiece? I don't want to become a mouthpiece of anybody. In fact, I will become a mouthpiece of somebody that is helping themselves. If Olumide Okpata come here now and he speak and we know, okay, everybody, yes, all right, no wahala. But at the end of the day, to be honest, the platform is open now. It's open for everybody. If you know you're supporting Olumide Okpata, the platform is open for you. If you're supporting Aswa Godaro, the platform is open for you. If you're supporting Mode Okpewolo, the platform is open for you. I don't want to lock it. The door is opened. You know, let's see how I go. One of the three will become the governor of Edo State. For those of you that is from distance, criticizing or liking or loving, you need to be straight and project and promote your candidate. Thank you. I appreciate you all.
Mr. Elvis,
Yeah. Other people don't full panels. Other people don't full
let me
panels.
let me just say this before I
Quickly.
I put my mic down for now. You see, what I was saying, people seems to kind of get it wrong. All people just want is just for everybody to join a bandwagon. I myself and like-minded people, I always say that I'm very careful, and I know there are millions of Nigerians like myself. Same thing in Edo State. There are Edo citizens that are like-minded. You know, all I'm saying, people are getting it wrong, is that it is not right to join the bandwagon. I'm not going to open my eyes and join the bandwagon. Rather, what as well we do, what he will do if he becomes the governor of Edo State is clear. I know. You also can say in your mind that you know, unless he comes out and declare otherwise. So that is settled. Which is what he needs to do. What Akpata will do, I do not know. So if you say you know, please come out and outline the policies and ideas that you know about Akpata, so that people like myself and like-minded people in Edo State could make an informed decision. Gone are the days when we will just join the bandwagon. That's my point. That's my position, and I stand on that. If it comes out clearly, this is what do that, I can juxtapose it with the other candidates side by side, and then you can say, okay, this is the candidate. APC, what he will do, we know that he will toe the line of the current government. However, he too must also come out clearly and state it. That's my position. That's what I'm asking people to do. Have an open mind. Don't just join the bandwagon for the sake of it. So that if at the end of the day, the person that I do not follow, that I do not support, and he becomes the governor and is running the state down, I'm not going to join in their cry. But again, as I always say, what happens in Edo State affects us all. in Nigeria, because Nigeria is not an isolated country. It's made up of states. Edo State is part of them. So what happened in that state, it does not matter where you live, whether you live in Zamfara or you live down south, Lagos State, it affects us all. So I will just leave it at that now, Mr. Elvis. Thank you.
All right. Whoever they want to support, but to be honest, if Oga Jonathan I'm surprised APC. That one you're Kosabi. The person that is in there, not Kosabi. I'm surprised you're supporting APC. APC is the biggest problem that we have right now in Nigeria.
No, I'm not supporting you. I'm still getting on Mr. Elvis. I said I'm leaning. I'm leaning towards that party. I'm not saying I'm supporting.
No. You've said that before now, some days ago. You've not Okpewolo. You said Okpewolo is your man. That's what you said.
Mr. Elvis, you are putting words in my mouth. I said I'm leaning towards him based on everything that I've said earlier, all along with respect to Akpata as well. That's my position.
Now you speak. Okay. Thank you, Oga Jonathan. But you hear me, sir?
I'm hearing you, Mr. Elvis.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know. The network is failing. Okay, let me take this call quickly. Thank you very much, sir, for calling in. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Thank you, Oga Jonathan. Oh, you hear me, sir? Hello. Good evening.
Off your TV, sir, please. Oh God, this is not your first time calling to this show now.
Hey. Good evening, Nigeria Wash.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
You are a world journalist politically.
Thank you, sir.
And apolitically. I applaud you for you being apolitical, because you need the best for Nigeria and Africa at large and the world as large. What I want to see, what Nigeria need, not only Edo State, they need capacity, they need capability. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. So, hello?
Go ahead, sir. We are listening.
Okay. When we are talking about Olumide Akpata, Asun Ighodalo, Mondo Okpewolo, and there are other candidates. There was a lady that under the platform of PROPO, there was a lady. What I want, women have to be involved in this politics in Nigeria, because we that are calling from diaspora, we want women. I'm a man, I'm not a woman, because the best woman that taught me why I was in Nigeria, taught me biology, taught me physics.
You have 1 minute left, sir. You only have 3 minutes to talk. 2 minutes is exhausted.
No. Please, Nigeria Watch. Please, I want to explain society things.
No. It's only 3 minutes we have, sir. I don't supposed to pick all this time. It's already above 10 p.m.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Let me explain. So we want women to involve in Nigeria politics. We want women. I'm advocating for women. Where are women? Our mothers, our sisters that went to school. Only men. But in Western world, women are doing great. Women have to come to Edo politics.
But what about the women that have been in the politics that is stealing, looting money? Some women have been doing that now.
Yes. Yes, women in Nigeria, they steal money like that. Betedu, that stole that money, but we don't know any better. Women still in Spain, where I reside, where I'm a citizen. She will go to prison. As you are in UK, the woman still she will go to prison.
So that is why I always talk about constitution. We have to involve women. We have to involve women. Women have to come in. Okay. Not only men, all the picture of men. Give women a chance. Women must come to Edo politics. And we need capability, we need capacity. Women are they are well caring. So Nigeria was not to take your time because the campaign will continue. I will continue into your program because I'm in Nigeria was also.
Who are you supporting amongst these three people on the panel, sir?
I'm not affiliated to any political party. I'm not eligible to vote in any political party. What I need, I'm advocating for good governance, good Nigeria. If I travel to Nigeria, I don't want to work with police to Zamfara, to Ogun, to Ondo.
Okay, so who are you supporting?
I want to work free. We need good governance for all of them for now. I need Aswe Igodalo.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So,
let's move on, my people. Let me call back to the panel again. I'd like to come to Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Please, I'd like you to talk to us. Good evening to you. Okay, Mr. Chris is not available. I'll move on to give us a mandate. Give us a mandate. It's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, sir. Please talk to us.
I'm available.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Nigeria. Good evening, everybody in the comment section. Mommy Diaspora, happy weekend to you, Abuazi, and every other person running the show behind the scene. And good evening, the people on the panel, Mr. Jonathan, Mr. Dua, and give us our mandate and Nigeria. Good evening to your humble self and everybody listening to us, Nigerians all over the world, especially the guys from Edo State. Mr. Nigeria, I think if I get the instruction clearly, and when you started this section, you wanted us to speak on the reason why we want to pass the sin of Obaseki to Aswe Igodalo. As in, why do we want to judge
Exactly. You are judging somebody, that's not nice. Yeah. So, yeah, if you want to talk on that, I like it.
Let's get to the nitty-gritty of that. I think before I start, Mr. Jonathan, thank you yesterday for the statistics that you read out to us, and it put paid to the back and forth that was going on yesterday. Thank you so much. And Mr. Ndao, thank you for giving us that long time to discuss the issue. Now, to the question. I think there's no way you can actually separate a name from somebody because you see, that is why people protect their name, people protect their family name. And there's a popular saying, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. It's a popular saying. Before politics, that saying has been there. So that's to tell you the importance of our association, whoever we associate ourselves with. It goes like that, all in all. There are so many examples that we can give, even in countries. For example, if you see somebody for the first time and the person is telling you that he's from Pakistan, for example, there are things that will come to your mind. And if you see another person, a person tells you that he's from India, there are other things that will also come to your mind. It's just like that in life, unfortunately. That's why we really have to be careful of the kind of association that we keep, of the kind of friends that we keep, of the kind of things that we do, because eventually they are going to rub off on our personality, no matter how we look at it. Now, practical example, which is not even far. Before Peter Obi came into the limelight, when he was in PDP, we were all here. I think people were not saying much about him. This is somebody that has already performed in Anambra State. But just because on the basis of his association with PDP, people were not talking much about him. He became viral. Immediately denounced the PDP and went to Labour Party. That is the power of association. Now, the reason I'm using Peter Obi, His Excellency Peter Obi, as an example is because this is even somebody that already had a track record, somebody that had no corruption case, somebody that has served 8 years, somebody that has done so marvelously well. But because of his association with a political party, which we all believe has held the nation by the jugular, nobody talked about him. Nobody looked his way. Even when he campaigned with Atiku in 2019, the beautiful things Peter Obi did, the marvelous things he did, the fantastic things he did, none of them came to the limelight because then he was covered by the cloak of Atiku. What people saw then was Atiku. What people saw was PDP. And Peter Obi couldn't, his performance, everything he has done, couldn't rise above those oppressive factors that surrounded him. Now, take Aswe Igodalo, for example. This is even somebody that we have not tested compared to Peter Obi that has ruled for 8 years, that didn't do anything wrong. He ticked all the boxes. The only complaint people had against Peter Obi was that the money he saved, the funds he saved, that he could have invested it. That was how bad it is. That you can no longer get anything to use in accusing somebody. The problem now is that he didn't invest the money he saved. So you can see somebody with this level of track record, his association could dwarf his personality despite his track record. His association with PDP, Atiku and Co. could dwarf his personality. Then how much less somebody that we are not even sure which direction is going to go. We don't have any track record of judging him in politics, at least not in the private sector. In politics, the only thing we know about him is that he has been in PDP since Oshomole's time. That is the much we know about him. So it becomes very difficult to divulge this personality from who his associations are. Then having said that, Mr. Nanjarosh and good people, good Nigerians listening to me and the Edo State people, the process, what about the process that brought this man? The process that threw this man up? Because these are the kind of things that determines if somebody is going to perform or not.
Yeah, but if you are talking about process, Oshomole is the one backing the Model up now. What can you say about that?
Okay, Mr. Nanjaroch, who am I supporting, if I may ask you?
I don't know. You tell us.
No, I've told you. I've said it several times.
You are supporting Olumide Okpata, right?
So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. How come, my concern is, how come you are not also calling out Model at the same time?
Yeah, because your question, that was right before I started. I had to reiterate your question. Your question was that...
No, apart from my question, you'll be talking about this for the past couple of days. You don't, the way you spend more time talking about Aswen, you don't spend that same time talking about Okpewolo.
Okay, Mr. Angelos, can you reframe the question? Are we allowed to talk about the two of them? Because
you
before
can
I
talk
started...
about anything on this platform, anything. Because you know that Okpewolo want to rule under the satanic APC umbrella. So
yeah, I know.
why are you
Mr.
jumping
Angelos, before I started, I made it clear that I wanted to answer your question. And your question was that why are we associating the evil of Obaseki on...
Yeah, you have answered that, but I'm still not satisfied because Aswe Godaro, I've not done anything that we can hold against him now. We are only using the sin of his father to affect him, which is not right.
No, Mr. Angelos, I think it's a matter of opinion and a matter of semantics.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It might not, from your view, it might not be right, but in real life situation, it might not be right. It's just like in real life situation, for the fact that somebody is a thief, that does not mean that you call all his children thieves.
It's just like
That
some
is
people are already
morality, Mr.
disliking
Nanjawas. But in
Olumide just
politics,
it's just like people are already disliking Olumide just because of Abure. I don't understand what we want. The sin of Abure, I tell affect Olumide for Christ's
no,
sake. Eh?
yeah, Mr. Nanjawas, I'm coming to that. Like I said, in
I
real
know, go
life
ahead.
situation, if somebody is a thief, that does not mean you will associate all his children as thieves. You have to give the children their own rights of
Exactly.
yeah, that is in real life, Mr. Nanjawas. I acknowledge that. But in politics, it is not always like that. Never, never. Yeah.
And
Politics
then
is not real life.
drag all of them, not be only
Yeah.
one person.
So let me drag Okpewolo. You see, like for Okpewolo, the day I was talking about that I'm going to support Olumide Akpata, I only used 2 words to describe Okpewolo. I just said for the fact that he's from APC, that alone, just the fact that he's coming from the APC and the interest the Tinubu camp they have in APC, the boasting that I'm going to give Edo State back to you people. We should remember the threat don't know be Lagos and all those things. The ways Tinubu has been saying they make Edo State Lagos or at least make it equal to Lagos. So that association alone has already made me to say, like Monde Okpewolo, I don't even want to talk anything. I don't want to even say much about him. He is ruled out completely. Because if we even want to look at it critically in terms of intellect, you know, Olumide Akpata and Asue Udalu, they are shoulders high above Monde Okpewolo. I've heard Monde Okpewolo. I've listened to him, and I know that he cannot compete with Olumide Akpata and Asue Udalu in every aspect, anyhow you look at it. So that's just that for that. So I'll continue. So the process that threw up Asue Udalu, it's so questionable. You know, when you had muzzle every other candidate just to bring out one person, then definitely there's something interesting about that person. That alone already shows that this man is a verified candidate of Obaseki. And it has been difficult for him himself to divulge himself, to separate himself from Obaseki, because it's like a case of Siamese twins now. It's difficult to separate because if he doesn't separate himself carefully, because he is in a critical situation, he'll be seen as already fighting the person that's promoting him. And there's a way he will be, if he doesn't also separate himself, the people like me, people like many Edolites, they will keep on holding the sins of Obaseki against him. And that is simply how politics work. It's not just about hatred, even all over the world. Edo State, that's why Udalo will not be an exception. He will not be the first person. In the US, if people are campaigning, they talk about Democrats. This is what Democrats, they took US to war. They did this, they did this. Whereas the person that's even campaigning is just a president that was not even part of what Democrat did 16 years ago. That is how politics is. But we can't use that in real life situation. So there's no way. There's no way. We've all seen it. Peter Obi did it. And that was why we all went for Peter Obi. His Excellency Peter Obi. This is just recent. It's just last year, 2 years ago. That was what we all did. Immediately he came to Labour Party, everybody embraced him. And that is how politics work. And that is how it ought to work. So, those are my views about the question you asked and my view about Monde Okpewolo, Senator Monde Okpewolo. I don't just really want to talk about him because he is not even in consideration. Because if, in all sincerity, if push come to shove, Maybe something happens and Akpata is disqualified and we don't have any other person again from Labour Party to replace him. If we are left with Aswe Ighodalo and Senator Monday Okpebholo, despite the atrocities of Obaseki, I will still prefer to go with Aswe Ighodalo because the credentials are there. He has the credential. He has been a manager of people. There has been a captain of industries. I can give that to him. But politics is completely a different game altogether. Then some of the reasons why some of us have been saying that Obaseki failed, like Mr. Jonathan was saying, whether the kind of adjective we use in describing him now doesn't really matter. But the most important thing is that he didn't do what was expected from him. The reasons are very obvious. Because the difference between democracy and military rule, you see, is that House of Assembly, is that House of Rep, is that House of Senate. That is just the difference between military and civilian rule. Because in military rule, you still have the judiciary, you have the executive. The only people you don't have are the legislatures. So what democracy does is to add the legislature so that there will be these check and balances amongst these three arms of government. But when a governor comes in power and immediately jettisons these other arms of government, that is dictatorship. It's supposed to have how many members of House of Assembly, but you only use 7 of these people. For how long? Liberals Oshoma emphasize that point. For how long?
Round-ups are 1 minute.
Okay. I'll just round up quickly. And apart from even that, look at the other arm of government, which is the judiciary. The people that have been cleared by the NJC, he has refused to swear them in. What? That is complete dictatorship. So putting all these things together, a leopard will never change its spots. So, Edo people be very worried. We have to open our eyes carefully. We have to look at these issues without sentiment and go for the best candidates as we have now. So thank you, Mr. Nanjaros. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me. Good evening.
God bless you. Oga Chris, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Give us a mandate. Please, let's hear from you. Good evening to you. We don't ask of you, tire. Consider you don't travel, go Nigeria. Give us a mandate. You are not there. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Good evening to you. Please
Okay.
talk.
Good evening to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening to the panelists and Nigerians all over the world. Greetings to you. Greetings to everyone. Thank you very much for the time. Well, based on what you have on the screen, who will be the next governor of Edo State among them? Well, for me, I'm still with Olumide Akpata. I've not changed my mind. And the fact still remains that he's the most viable candidate among them. So I will still stick with him. And hopefully he can come out and then talk to the people as required, as needed, because that's the only thing that I think he needs to do now. Social media is not enough for campaign. But I think from the video that I've seen in the past, him posting on social media, I think he goes to the grassroots. How much he does, how much of that he does, I will need to probably be amplified. So, because one thing we must understand, I think Mr. Chris actually laid a kind of fundamentals as required from these guys. Okay, Aswe Godalo said he's going to continue from where Obaseki stopped, right? But the question is he going to continue with dilapidated buildings of primary schools, secondary schools? Is it going to continue with the biscuit roads? Is it going to continue with the lack of prosecution of the storm projects? That money is enough to put some things together for the states. So hopefully Edo Lights will open your eyes and understand that this guy basically is going to take the mantra or the mandate of Obaseki and continue to run with it. How many members do they have in the house now that Obaseki is working with? See, the Nigeria case has become so distorted or so destroyed to the fact that the various arms of government don't even know their responsibilities anymore. They now look up to the executives. The various arms of government, the remaining two, look up to the executive. Why? Because they've made money the main thing in the politics of Nigeria. If only the Senate and the rep, as in Abuja, understand what the power that they have can do for the country. And then for the state House of Assembly, excuse me, if they really understand the power that they have, maybe things will get better. But money is a factor when it comes to the politics of Nigeria. And so that's why the various arms of government, they don't even know their responsibilities, they don't know their functions. They are just like, yes, sir, boys, or hallelujah boys, if you can probably call them that. Then for the other man, Monday, for me, I don't think if you look at what is happening in the federal, then you can tell how the state will look like if an APC person becomes the governor of Edo State. More so look at, take Lagos State, for example. Even though they didn't win the election in Lagos State, you have an APC governor. I think there was one time we heard that he spent over $100,000 in one of the island for a side chick's birthday. So you see what is happening in the federal, and then you can picture that to the state, virtually the states where APC governors are ruling. Then PDP, the same thing. The country is just the only person that you can talk about as a governor now in Nigeria, the only governor in Nigeria, because the other ones are not governors, is Alex Oti, not even Soludo. Soludo that you think that will become, he's a professor. He was a governor of Central Bank with all of the knowledge that he has and everything that he has acquired when it comes to education. How is Anambra better off?
Was he governor of Central Bank or deputy governor?
He was a governor of Central Bank.
Oh, okay.
Charles Soludo was a governor. I stand to be corrected. He was a governor of Central Bank. Yes, he was. Obasanjo found him. Frank Nweke Jr., Obieze Kwesili, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Obasanjo brought these people. Obasanjo used them. And they are still there. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is still there. Obieze Kwesili is still making waves. Frank Nweke Jr., I don't know what was become of him. So, but Soludo today, you see what is happening in Anambra State. Can you even say that that person is a professor? Talk more of a governor of Central Bank. He understands monetary policy and he understands what fiscal policy means. He understands what monetary policy means and then what fiscal policy means. But in his state, how is he working? How is he doing in his own state? The last time we saw was a flood washing away roads that Soludo said he did. You are in office and the road you tar are already giving way. That's an example. We have also in Edo State, and then in your state where I come from, we don't even know if that one is even doing any project at all. They just get the money, they put the money somewhere, maybe Pandora box, and then after they leave the office, they live on that. That is what the country has turned into. So for the guy in APC, I don't think there's anything to. For me, I don't think there's anything to. I don't want to give any mileage for him, because I mean, for all that I know and I care about, APC they are satanic. Whoever is an APC member, if you're an APC card carrying member, you are evil, because you guys brought the country to where it is today. The past 16 years of APC as a government in Nigeria, what has it brought to the country? I mean, you can look at, in quotes, the one that said is a president now, in quotes, even though he didn't win the election. The country is just the country has no bearing. Like there is no bearing for the country. And you see this elderly man in their 70s. I mean, the one that they declared the president in quote now, he said he's 72. When it's not even the sickness of the eyes. That man said he's 72 years old. And these men, these babas, these grandfathers, they are not ashamed. They are not ashamed. Their country is downside up, and they are sleeping. They are going to bed. They wake up in the morning. They still wear their clothes and still feel like as if everything is working in the country. I really don't get it. These men, the likes of Tinubu, the likes of Bajabi Amila, the likes of Akpabio, they wake up in the morning every day. They go to their shower. They wear their babariga. They go to office as if the country is working when everything is just giving way. And these are fathers. These are grandfathers. These are people that their generation are looking up to. The country is not working. And so the main thing is that they are not concerned. Even though Peter Obi is crying about it in Nigeria is possible, these other guys don't care. So what will an APC governor do in Edo State? When we saw what Oshomole did, and you saw what Obaseki did. Obaseki came from APC. Edo Light, please open your eyes. And Mr. Chris, I don't know why you said Akpata will be disqualified. I don't know where I don't know if there's anything going on. Maybe I missed something, but are they planning to disqualify him or what? I mean, like, I really don't know. Because for me, that's the most viable candidate in Edo State today. That's the most viable person, except if he has something eating with Obaseki. But I think he has cleared that air that it doesn't have anything to do with Obaseki, even though he has maybe related in a way. As it stands today, we need people
round up 1 minute
that can do like what Alex Oti is doing in Abia State. Good governance is not rocket science. Governance is not rocket science. It just takes people with integrity, with empathy to save their country. Governance is not rocket science. It just takes people with empathy that want to save their country. One question is, when last did you hear about research and development in Nigeria? Are there still research labs in Nigeria? When last did you hear about research and development? When last did you hear about scholarship? And these guys are just there like as if the country is working. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.
Mr. Give us a mandate. Thank you, my brother, for coming in to hear your voice as usual for Mr. Olumide Akpata. Yes, those that have ears should be hearing when everybody is passing their messages here, supporting their candidates. The platform is opened. Thank you very much. God bless every one of you on the panel. Let's have our final submission. I don't want us to stay too long, although we've crossed 4 hours already. Let's do just 3 minutes last submission. I don't know if Mr. Ike is still with us. Okay, let me see. Mr. Dua, if you're still with us, give us.
I'm with you, my brother. I'm with you.
Okay, Mr.
Sincerely, like I told you before, I said I wish I know them, or I wish I know the state very well. But generally, my worry about Nigeria is P2B went around the whole nation, had all the media buzz, trended every time, but somebody that was anointed by a different person just came and took over the show. You understand? So it defied all known style and policies you find out in democracy, where if you have the institution on your side and you have the judiciary, you can be sure to be in the government house. You know, so that's my worry. That's my worry that Olumide that we've been talking now that we're not seeing. Tinubu never did any debate. He never did. He didn't come out. Sometimes he will come with the broom and dance and go out because he already knew that he has gotten to Aso Rock. So that's why prescribing the style to use in government or in campaigning don't work in Nigeria. Don't work in Nigeria. So I still said with my little knowledge that I just wanted equity, although not on the altar of competence, you know. But from the things I have heard, as I follow up this whole thing, I think I'm leaning towards Olumide, who I already know before now. But what I don't know is if NBA could be like deep politics that as we have it in Nigeria. But I've started leaning towards Olumide. That's what has happened after listening to comments by other panelists. Have a good night, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ike. Thank you very much. Okay, let's hear from Mr. Odua. If you are there, sir, your 3 minutes final submission.
Okay. Before I talk for the Edo, there's nothing I wish to say about the Navy, whoever that said that the bunkering, the pipe. Hello?
I said you have 3 minutes, sir.
No problem. And those who we are talking about, the pipe bunkering or the oil theft, what they call them, those our brother are doing refinery work, which Nigeria government could not do. And I expect Nigeria government to employ those people as their staff instead of calling them criminal. So those boys are not criminal, but refinery workers. So it is less for the Nigeria government to recruit them now as their workers so that they can refine for Nigerians to use. Then, because they host the oil, but it belongs to another people are the one eating it. Then for the Edo State, I don't support any of them because they have not spoken in my presence. That's why they say PDP. PDP structure is what the other one we use. APC structure is what the other one we use. Labour structure is what the other. But they are all the same thing to me. None of them come in a genuine form. Because Olumide Akpata is a foreigner, just like the other one you call Doctor. They just came and enter position, and people just vote, choose them to become their. My brother, okay. Just the way Obaseki says, he's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. He's a Democrat. We have seen the democracy in him now. And why the other one is a Doctorcrat, and the other one is lawyercrat, and then the other one is Senate-crat. Because the Senate in Nigeria, we can see what they are doing, and they are eating our money. Then the doctors, we can see how they are rejecting people to treat them. They now build their private hospital and carry you there. Why the lawyer are the one just saying lies on what they did not see. They will just come and tell you. So with all these things, I did not support any of them until they come out and speak to us. Thank you. Good night.
Yes, thank you. I like that. I like that until they come out and speak to us. I like that. Okay, let's hear from Mr. Jonathan. Mr. Jonathan, please give us your final submission. 3 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone. I think I've said so much, with respect to the Edo State governorship, upcoming governorship election, and in terms of the candidate, but really not deep in terms of their policies, what they are going to do, how they are going to achieve. I think that is for another day. The time will come when those ones will be, we'll put all that there. But for me, I believe it is all about balance and standard. As well, that some are supporting, or some are not supporting, so to say. They have reasons for not supporting him. Their reasons are very clear. Some articulated, some not well articulated. Some people don't even know why they are, from what I've heard,
So far, some people know why they are supporting him. Some people come out with well-articulated reasons why, they are not supporting him with a clear, very clear, these are the reasons why I'm not supporting him. Olumide that some are supporting, I didn't hear any reason why you are supporting him. And for me, that is not balanced. That is not standard. That's why I base it. If you are supporting, fine. Everybody have right to support. You can support. Eventually, I can end up supporting Olumide Akpata. I will come out and I will say I'm supporting him so that I will be balanced and maintain standard. I'm not going to flip-flop. If you ask me today, if I say I'm supporting Olumide today, I cannot articulately bring out the reasons why I'm supporting him as a Nigerian that is looking or fighting or struggling for a better Nigeria or for even just a good Nigeria. I don't have it. If I say it, I'm not maintaining standard. I don't have. If I say I have it, I'm lying. And anybody today, again, I've never heard from anybody the reasons, an articulated reason why you are supporting Olumide Akpata.
All right.
So that's but please, let me make it clear again.
Quickly, sir.
I am not supporting any candidate as of now. In as much as I am not naive, at the end of the day, I am aware that one of them will eventually become the governor of the state. But as time goes on, it will become clearer and clearer, as I say. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it. To everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. So henceforth, you are not sure, or rather, you have not chosen your candidate. You are currently scrutinizing and checking on their antecedents. So that's fine. Thank you, sir. Let me come to the next person to give us final submission, which is okay. I'll leave Oga Chris for last. Give us a mandate and back to you again if you're there. Give us your final submission, 3 minutes. Okay, give us a mandate. You're not there right now. You're not close to your mic. Okay, you're there. Okay, good. Talk to us.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, when it comes to the candidates, I think for me, see, sometimes when we want to get jobs, people always rely on their previous experience, even though they undermine some experience that they do, maybe in their own personal business or maybe in their community. Maybe you are the leader of a community, for example, or maybe, for example, they say, Mr. Elvis, we want to give you this job. Can you just tell us your experience? You basically give them the experience maybe in your previous work. But the things that you even do on maybe your own personal business, you don't put in that resume. That is what we do sometimes. So for me, Olumide Akpata has a track record. You may ask me how. We have said it here and said it all over and all over again. As the MBA president, the one thing that actually tells me that this man can be relied upon, or can dare anybody. I mean, Nnamdi Kanu is in custody today. Who was the initiator? Muhammadu Buhari, right? Sunday Igboho was so the kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu, as Nigerians would say, and then Sunday Igboho was arrested, put in prison. Who initiated it? Muhammadu Buhari. Showore's passport was seized. Who initiated it? Muhammadu Buhari. And then the list goes on and on and on. But Olumide Akpata dared Buhari, and nothing, heaven did not fall. So for me, that kind of man, I believe, can do so much for Edo State. Is there any governor that sits today in Nigeria that has not gone through maybe the court system or
30 seconds left, sir,
or any judicial process? But here is a barrister that understands the politics, understands the constitution and everything. So I think he's a robust candidate for that state. All we just have to do is to give this guy a support. For me, Olumide Akpata is a robust. He has his technical know-how. He knows how to galvanize the people. Olumide Akpata knows how to appeal to the people's conscience. So Olumide Akpata, should you be listening tonight, just come on Nigeria Watch Media and then come finish the work that we have started for you here, myself and Mr. Chris, to come seal up everything and then tell Edo States, both in diaspora and then home, what you're going to do for them. Because I need you in that Ozabede Avenue to actually be able to change the trajectory of the states, so that people like Mr. Halles, Mr. Elvis, Madam Rita, these Edolites, people like Black Panther, they can begin to trust in the government of states. So Olumide Akpata, should you be listening? Just come talk to the people. You know what to say. Nobody's going to teach you what to say. You know what to do. You know how to get the work done. So come speak to the people, because we need a more viable candidate in Edo State. Not PDP, not APC, not PDAPC. This town hall is different from Bala Blue, Bulaba, Bala Blah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Kiwa Samade. God bless you. Okay, Mr. Chris, please give us your final submission. 3 minutes.
And good evening, sir, Mr. Nanjawat, and thank you for the opportunity to give this final submission. I'll be kind of fast because I got only 3 minutes. And Mr. Jonathan, thank you for the questions you asked. I was going to reply you, but Give Us Our Mandate has done justice to that. We've said yes severally, and some of the antecedents we know about Olumide Akpata, first of all, his sagacity and his boldness. It's not every time that you get somebody that's not his son to be able to go through the ranks and become the president of the NBA. It's not in the tradition. He's the first person to have done that. And talking about sagacity and boldness, he took on Muhammadu Buhari when every other person, when they were all hiding. During Buhari's time, we know that people were afraid to talk. But this man, he faced him head on and he did what he had to do. And again, talking about management, when he was the NBA chairman, he left that place with a balance of 1.5 billion naira, and there's no economic fraud against him, any other kind of fraud for that matter against him. He ruled that he led NBA with the best management acumen that you can ever think of. And that was why he was able to do it successfully without any accusation, despite the high number of cerebral people in that association. And also, I'm not going to rule out the fact that he's also a part of Labour Party, and his association is also an obedience, and he's also associated with His Excellency Peter Obi. Like I've said several times, when you have a Labour Party person there, I think we have more stake to correct any wrong that's going on compared to if you have a PDP person or an APC person. I see in the eyes of Aswen Godalo, it's very painful that if anytime I'm campaigning against him, I see in his eyes sincerity. I've heard him talk, giving his speech in different places. I've listened to him. People have asked him questions, and I see a lot of sincerity in him. But unfortunately, this is how it is. It's Olumide Akpata all the way. And I'm not just doing a campaign for Olumide Akpata. He has to do that for himself. But I've listened to Olumide Akpata. I've listened to Asen Godalo. Like I said, if we are left with these two people, I think Edo State will be better for it. But for now, Olumide Akpata trumps everybody. Thank you very much for the opportunity to. Yeah.
Thank you, God. Yes, please be quick. I need to run on.
Yeah, okay. See, when you say you are supporting Olumide Akpata, the reason you give is not articulated, and I believe you know it. I think it's a cheap one. Okay.
You say what?
I said when you say you are supporting Olumide Akpata as of today, your reasons are not well articulated reasons.
We'll continue from there.
And I believe that you know.
Mr. Jonathan.
Yeah.
You cannot say it.
Wait,
You cannot
let me
say
finish now. Let me finish. Because why? Put Olumide's and Pata that point you are raising.
Let me just don't let
Let me finish my point.
What you said that don't let it set you that
Wait, give us a mandate.
Let me finish his point now. Give us a mandate.
Let me finish the point. See, if you put that reason that he has run Nigerian Bar Association, you know, he has managed, you know, Nigerian Bar Association, he left it in the put that also side by side with Igodalo.
Okay.
Igodalo will match it. Most probably, he will overtake it.
Can I quickly respond?
Let me just finish with this, Mr. Elvi. The problem
no, you'll be finishing since now.
See, lastly, the problem with Igodalo is because he's not disassociating himself from Obaseki. If he does that, side by side with Apata, then you will know that we've got a rematch.
Mr. Anjaos, can I quickly respond?
Yeah, quickly, sir.
Mr. Jonathan, you know, when you use the word not articulated enough, I wanted to take exception, but I just have to look at it. Okay, yeah, you are just trying to make a point, but everything you have said now, the same at the end of the day, it also boils down to what I also said. Because if you had listened to me carefully, I listed all these and I said lastly, because he's associated with Peter Obi, His Excellency Peter Obi. And I also said that if we are left with two options, I didn't even talk about the APC man. I've made it clear that Aswin Godalo is eminently qualified based on those factors that I saw in Olumide Akpata. I also see them in Aswin Godalo. I just really saying I see sincerity in his eyes. I knew that if there is option, if Akpata is not in the race, I will go for him. And the only thing that's just separating both of them now, the main thing, not only, the main thing is that association that we talked about. And that is where you eventually landed. So eventually we are saying the same thing. We just said the same thing, but you just paraphrased what I said. So that is it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all, my wonderful people. Thank you. Let's hear from.
But can you allow me have my 1 minute? Okay,
Yeah,
thank you very
ahead.
much. I mean, I think so. When you talk about articulation, right? The fact that maybe he didn't say it maybe the way you wanted it to hear it does not mean he's just making his point for his own candidate. And so for me, Olumide, okay, among the three candidates now, we've been asking one question. Aswe Godalo, you guys said is a captain of industry. Olumide also is a captain of industry. Is the legal field not an industry? Is a captain of industry too. But the question here is, Aswe Godalo, how many building of classroom has he built in Edo State? Can you point to one? Olumide Akpata singularly give classroom to people in Edo State. I mean, the videos are there. So, but so these are things that that can affect people's life. Whereas Obaseki cannot renovate schools. People's parents have to go and volunteer to go cut grass in front of primary school in Edo State. For me, it's not about what you have or what you say. It's about, can you prove it in your character? Do you have the integrity for the people? Do you have compassion for the people? I think for me, Olumide, there's no way you can say it. Olumide Akpata just take the boss for me. Thank you, sir.
So,
all right.
So give us a mandate then. Give us a mandate.
Oh,
so then,
Mr. Jonathan, everybody might also want to respond back to you. Can we just round up?
I think okay, that's fair though. Okay, thank you.
You know, yes. Tomorrow we'll continue from there again. You know, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much for your time with us. Everybody have expressed their opinion, you know, who they want. And yeah, I don't have any problem with that at all. Black Panther, I can see you right there. Thank you very much. Say, Mr. Najawa, you are saying why we are talking about the PDP candidates. Najawa, how did he get there? Who is the godfather and all that? You're asking me, then who is the godfather of APC? Why are you focusing on only PDP? That's what I'm asking. If you're focusing on one particular area, that means there's a problem. The APC guy, don't you know that Shomole and I bring her come? If we are fighting God for that reason, let's fight it, holistically, not in one particular area. That's what I'm saying.
But Mr. Ebis, will it be fair to now say who is the godfather of Olumide Akpata?
I don't know.
You see, okay. Thank you, sir.
Me, I'm not saying anything, so I'm not here to criticize any of them, any of the three. I will not criticize none. You guys, it's left for you to do that. You see the way you talk your stand, Mr. Jonathan wants to give you woto. You wants to give Mr. Jonathan again back again. That's all good out of the back front. Will not come off for here. So thank you very much, my people. It's Saturday. This is the best time that we can do today. Tomorrow is another day. We might not be talking about politics tomorrow, but depend on how it goes. Now let's see how tomorrow goes first. If not, I'll come up with a different thing that we're going to be talking about tomorrow evening. Let's do that together. I appreciate every one of you for your time with us that came to the panel. God bless you now. I appreciate you, Mr. Ike. Thank you so much. Mr. Jonathan Kinsley, God bless you, sir. Thank you. Mr. Odua, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Mr. Oga Chris, thank you very much. God bless you. My brother, give us a mandate. I appreciate you. It's good to hear from you. We'll be miss you 4 days now. Not I say 4 days now. Not to hear from you now. Yes, yesterday was really tough.
I miss Una too, but sometimes God go help us.
Yes, I understand. We all are encouraging ourselves here. Last night was very tough. I want to thank every one of you that handled that last night broadcast. Oga Chris, Madam Rita, Madam Iris Finance, Black Panther, Oga CM, and many others. Even Mr. Alex, Mr. Akim, all of you. Thank you. It was a wonderful debate yesterday. I call that unplanned debate because we didn't actually plan it, and it happens, and it went. Hey, it was tough, but it was beautiful. All right, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. So for those of you that supported the channel today, I appreciate you. Starting with Peter Ife, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, Mr. Joseph Oji, Amazing Grace USA, and Mr. Joseph Oji once again, and Martin Benjamin. And God bless them, my people. Appreciate every one of you. And my people right down in the comment section, start with Mother for Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy. Appreciate you always. Thank you. Tony Africa, I can see right there. Peggy Modi, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Black Panther, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Everybody right there. Damia, thank you. Adesuwa Osagede, and many others. Guys, help us to press on the like button before you go. Help us to share. If it's your first time on this channel, if you are wondering what the channel is all about, the channel is a place where we all come here, most especially Nigerians in diaspora and few from back home who have data and all that to join us here. But we are calling on the government to do the right thing, to give us a better country, a better Nigeria. That's why we're here every day. We can't continue to pretend that everything is good in our country, even though you and I know that nothing is good, nothing is working right there. Thank you. And God, I will bless you, my people. Please like and share, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell. We're getting close to 100,000. Please take us there, by liking and sharing our videos. Can as well take us there as well. And God, I will bless you, my people. We'll come to the end of the broadcast. I'll see you guys again by tomorrow, 6 p.m. by God's grace, so that we can continue from where we stop. Take care and good night.